And we're live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Closer Show.
This shit right here is staying right here all year.
But this shouldn't be stressful at all. I want that 2,500 just because he wouldn't give it to me.
G's private stock lead.
Let's go.
Welcome back, everybody, to another Closer Show. We haven't done this in a while, and that is bound to change. Why? Because we got a brand new setup. We got a whole roster of guests that are ready to rock, and we are going to get so much money made. So those of you guys who are brand new, or maybe you guys, we haven't streamed in so long, you guys completely forgot what we're doing here. This is the Closer Show. It is unlike anything else in the real estate space, because what we're doing is we are showing you exactly how to get deals live on the air. So how do we do that? We have a fantastic platform called ispeedtolead.com. You can type it in. It's real, I promise you. And what we have there are highly motivated leads, right? When you ask highly motivated, right? What does that mean? This isn't just some stuff that we skip traced and threw up there for you to come and, figure out if you want to buy or not. What we did is we ran PPC ad campaigns, which means that somebody went to Google and typed in, hey, I want to sell my house fast for cash right now. They came to one of our websites, gave us all their information, but we didn't give it to you guys yet. What then we did is we sent that to our inside team, and we reached out to every single seller and personally confirmed that they're not a robot. They actually want to sell their house and that they didn't lie while filling out those forms. So pretty much what it does is it allows you to get into real estate investing and start getting high quality leads in your pipeline, because make no mistake, if you skip trace a giant list, those aren't leads, those are prospects. Huge difference. We can dive into that later. But this is super high quality motivated leads, and you are going to see one of the very best closers in the game locking them up. So I want to introduce my guest now. Actually, I got two of them, both of my guests. And these are some people we've had on before, and they crushed it. One of them is probably the most handsome man in real estate. He's like, we watched him speaking on stage one time, and let me tell you, I've never seen the women audience so interested. It was really quite a sight to watch. Ex-NFL star, Mr. Dean Rogers is here. But the thing is, because he's a big business owner, right? He doesn't just come in and do everything himself. He thinks who, not how. He went out and said, how do I get the very best closer in the entire world on my team so I can focus on all of the other ventures I'm a part of? And that's where his guy, Angel, comes into play. So we've got the dynamic duo for you tonight. We got Mr. Dean Rogers and Angel O'Garin on here live with us tonight, ready to lock up some deals. How are you guys doing today?
Let's go, baby. Man, what a great intro. I got to hang around you because you really know how to build somebody up and make them feel good, man. Appreciate you having us on. It's an honor. And you guys do amazing. I was just looking at our KPIs today, and we love iSpeed to Lead, continue to work with you guys and get great leads. So we just appreciate the opportunity to showcase you guys and let the world know, like, these are high quality leads, and everybody should be taking advantage of working with a company that does such a good job. So we appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Dude, well, thank you guys for making the time to be here. And Mr. Angel, how are you feeling about locking these deals up live? I mean, do you feel the pressure right now?
No, you know what? I'll be honest. In the beginning, I did with the first round ago, but we got some training, we got some experience, we got some humbleness, and now I'm just ready to showcase my talent and what I got.
Dude, honestly, last time, I think you're being humble right now, because last time we had you on, you crushed the deals anyways. You were locking stuff up left, right, and center before you had all this extra stuff. I can't even imagine what we're going to do right now. But for
Angel's been on a roll, man. He's been locking up some monster deals, and you're going to like this even more. He's got two, we call them whale deals. You got to, if you want to be in the whale club in our team, you got to close a 6-figure net profit deal. And Angel's got two of those right now. One of them is pretty much a for sure done deal. The other one's right there on the fence. Both of them from PPC. So
yes,
let's go, baby.
Dude, that is so exciting. Where are they located at?
They're in Central California, which is where our main market is where we spend all our time. So right there in our backyard. And so Angel's been crushing deals, working through them, solving problems with sellers like always. And and
Yeah.
sharpening those tools. So ready
One
to
of them was
dive
gonna
into it.
fall through like 3 times, and I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not gonna let that happen anymore. So I figured out a way to get in front of the seller, like in person, and we came up with a solution to make sure that it didn't fall through. And luckily, with the help of Dean and us being a team, it closed last week. So I was pretty excited about that.
Dude, that's exciting, man. That's exciting. And actually, somebody just brought up a really fantastic point. He said, when did you guys start doing this? Because I've had leads that state they haven't filed or filled anything out, or they weren't selling. So before, what we did is we had this verification going out to every lead, but for us, we were trying to make a balance of getting them to you guys quickly and also making sure that they were quality. So because of that, a number of them they ended up slipping through the cracks. For that, and this is something we will maintain forever, is a really fantastic refund policy. So if you do get somebody who says, I'm not interested in, selling, I never filled out a form, so it's not actually a lead, you can get a refund for that. If you buy the lead and that person is on the MLS, then you will get a refund for that. Or if you buy the lead and it's already under contract with another wholesaler, you will get a refund for that. You just go to the lead details, file for a refund, get the money back your account, and keep it rolling, getting some more leads into your stuff. So that is exactly what will happen there. Thank you for asking. That's a fantastic question. But guys, without any further ado, you want to start dialing?
Let's make the calls. Let's do it. Let's look through these leads. I know there's lots of hot ones in there, so let's start diving into the goodies.
So this is what we got here. And by the way, everybody, the stuff that we are going to be going through isn't even the hottest that we have available. You see right here, we have a full search bar that you can search by any parameter that you want to. So you can just type in a general search that's like, area. You can search any of these things and it'll pull it up. You can just come and directly search by states, by the county, by the status it's in. But then we even have all of these other filters. So you can filter by property condition, what repairs are necessary, if there's anybody living in the house. You can even check people that are available to discuss creative financing. So if you're a creative finance person, we have those available too. Today, we are only doing the clearance leads. These are leads that have been on the site for a while. So you're going to see that. You're going to be able to imagine what you're going to do with the hottest of hot.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
So what markets do you guys like? Do you want to just check out California first and see if we got anything out there?
We could check California. We could check anywhere, really, wherever we feel is going to be the best opportunity. Obviously, Midwestern states, Florida, California, where we're at, there's good stuff. But yeah, we can filter through here based and just look at them. Which one's got the most motivation? I think that's a good place for people to start, is what their motivation is.
Then let's just start here and let's search just by people who have properties in poor condition. Usually, if they're in poor condition, that means they probably want to sell.
I think that second one's pretty hot. I don't know. I've seen death.
Yeah, I saw that. Death in the family, poor condition.
Let's take a look at this one. They have death in the family. They want to sell without showings. The property's in poor condition. It needs electrical, plumbing, flooring, kitchen cabinets, appliances. It's vacant. They've owned the property for 30 to 50 years.
Come on. That's
look at this.
The ideal lead right there.
You can see here that their phone number has been verified and their identity has been verified. So we're just going to go cha-ching. Pay now. They're in my account. If I hit that, you guys will all see that. You guys will all be calling it. So I'm going to take that down. Now I'm just going to send the data over. We're going to get dialing.
Perfect. Let's get to closing, Liam.
It's deal making time, dude. I'm ready for this. I've been missing this, man.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. All right, guys, let's get it.
Please leave your message.
Let's do a double tap.
Please leave your message.
All right, let's do a triple.
Let's do a triple. I like it.
Let's do a triple tap.
Please leave your message for 720.
All right, I'm gonna leave a message. Hopefully they call us back.
899.
Hey, Melissa, it's Angel. Sorry that I triple tapped you. I just wanted to make sure that you knew I wasn't spam. But give me a call. Looks like you filled out some information on our website about your property. And I wanted to give you a cash offer if you had a chance to talk today. Whenever you're available, let me know. You can either send me a text if that's more convenient for you. Alrighty, thank you.
Oh man, he's smooth with it. That is
So
awesome.
smooth. Ooh wee.
It's just in the blood. Just let it happen.
Yeah,
natural.
I'd say a great pointer there, Angel. I mean, if someone doesn't answer right away, a lot of people are getting spam calls these days. Don't be afraid to call them twice, maybe even 3 times, right? And it's not because you're just doing too much. It's the number might even show up as spam. So if you call them twice, maybe 3 times, and just say when they answer, hey, in this case, we know the person's name. Hey, Melissa, I'm so sorry. My name's Angel. I was calling you. Sorry, I called you a couple times. I know. I just wanted you to know I wasn't spam. But hey, I'm calling you today because, right? You're just disarming them right away, and then you can get right into business. So I think that's a good pro tip there.
Yeah.
One of our top closers on the show, Mr. RJ Bates, I think he's personally locked up like 20 to 30 deals live on here. Almost half of them have been from callbacks. You'll call him 3 times, leave a voicemail, move on to the next. I think even on the last time we did our closers cage match, which is it's this show but a competitive style, and his competition was on the phone at the time, and he got a callback. So he was like telling everybody, like, guys, I'm on the phone here, and he closed it while the other person was on the phone, so he didn't get any points for it because we couldn't hear it.
I've seen those before. I like those a lot.
We'll get you on one, man. And by the way, guys, this here, you can see that inside of the dashboard, you can see that what our team has already had a conversation with them. So when we're in here, you can then just pick up the conversation, pick up right where our team left off.
Wow.
That's completely new from when you guys were in there, by the way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, let's go back to clearance.
Get another one. Come on. Got to get somebody on live.
All right. Let's see here. How are we feeling about this one in Baltimore, Maryland? They're tired of being a landlord, poor condition.
Okay.
They're open to discussing creative financing. The bathrooms need work. It's vacant. There's no mortgage on it.
There we go.
That's pretty hot.
Let's get it. Perfect. They could be the bank if we need them to.
Now, what's telling me that this is a high quality lead, everybody who's wondering, is the no mortgage on it is always a nice thing to see. That means that they've got full equity in it, so they're going to at least have the capacity to take a lower cash offer. Somebody who has, their mortgage is 96% of their balance, well, they can't take a 60% offer, so they can only go a creative finance route. This here just tells me that this person is going to be available to options. I like that they're tired of being a landlord. These conversations can go really, really easily. I like that it's vacant. And I like that he's self-described honest that the property's in poor condition. A lot of people, they try to upsell their property, sell it to you on everything else.
Wow. Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's give this guy a call. Here we go. Hopefully we get an answer on this one. Here we go. Make sure I put the right number in. Okay. There we go. Let's try one more time. Okay. Huh. Let's try Let me try
Let's just
this.
dive into another lead there. I don't know. He might have his phone off because we did have a confirmation on him. We did have a conversation with him. So
Mhm.
the phone works. He might just have it off right now.
Okay, let's go. I'm gonna shoot him a text just in case. Hopefully they give us a call back.
Yeah, just hit them with their first name question mark.
That's a good text right there. In fact, one of my recent short videos popped off recently, which was advice on how to get people to respond to texts. And actually, now that we introduced the SMS messenger, we're able to see people's texts pretty well. And what we noticed is that a lot of people start off by writing an essay. They will go so in depth, going like, man, hey, this is Liam. I'm with XYZ House Partners. I'm trying to buy your house at this address. Let me know if you're interested in receiving an offer. I'll be available from this time to this time. It's like, oh man, that's too much. You got to trick this person into responding to you. So you just say, first name question mark. All right, scrolling through these. How you guys feel about Cleveland?
Hey, Cleveland's on the up and up, man. They're
We're just in
Ohio's-
Ohio. weren't we?
Yeah, we were just in Ohio. We were in Cleveland, weren't we?
Yeah, no, we were in was it Cleveland?
Columbus. We were in Columbus.
Columbus. There you go.
We were in Columbus, yeah. But yeah, let's call Cleveland. I know that there's a lot of good
Opportunity out there.
a lot of appreciation in that market, a lot more people that are buying and flipping stuff.
And this one here, so they have a pre-foreclosure. They're selling because of emergency reasons. The property's in poor condition, structural problems. It's vacant. They want to sell ASAP, and there's no mortgage. Everything about this is so motivated.
Dang.
Wow. Okay.
Structural. They might have to pay you to take this one.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to look this one up.
Boom, just drop the information for you.
That's another good tip for you guys. If you're just about to call a lead, just do a simple Google Maps or Zillow or Redfin just to see what it looks like, because you want to have some context when you're calling somebody of what kind of property you're talking about, especially when they're describing the condition, the problems, right? If they're just trying to tell you how nice the house is, and you can clearly see from even the Google Street View that this house is deferred maintenance and tall grass, and it's got, an old roof and a bunch of other issues, like you can kind of call them out on some stuff.
Yeah. All righty. Let's get it, guys. Here we go.
This looks like a nice neighborhood.
Hi, you've reached Dan Kilday. Sorry, I missed your call.
Let's go ahead and try again. Maybe it's on
Hey, sorry, I missed your call.
come on, man. I need one here. Let me try this additional number that they have, just in case. It's like
These guys are all out eating dinner right now. I don't know what's going on.
or something. Got a solid ring. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm trying to work, man. I'm trying to work.
Two, one.
Let's do a double tap.
Two, one, 6, 4, 0,
Let's leave a message.
2, 7, 5, 1 is not available.
Hey, Brian, it's Angel giving you a call here about your property in Ohio. I know you're on our website and you filled out a form looking for a cash offer. Give me a call back when you get the chance. I'd love to speak with you and see exactly what kind of options we have for you. You can give me a text if that's more convenient, or you can give me a call anytime that you're available. All righty, sir. Thank you. All right. Hopefully we get a call back. I mean, see, we
Looking for more of these. One of them will call back. I already know that.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look here.
I'll be right back.
All right, here we go.
Do a fresh lead. Let's just do a hot one. Screw it. Dive right in. Hot. Oh, man. Las Vegas, Nevada. Moving closer to family, good condition. It needs air conditioning. It's owner occupied. They want to sell ASAP. They've owned the property 10 to 14 years. There's no mortgage. This one looks good, but I think we can find one better. Dallas, Texas. Sell without showings. I'm looking for some higher motivation here, just on this here. Detroit, Michigan. Tired of being a landlord.
Nice. Poor.
It's tenant occupied. ASAP. Okay, this one's hot. This one's just outside of Nashville. Oh, wow. Manhattan, New York. Selling a vacant, non-occupied house. Tired of being a landlord.
Okay.
It's in pristine condition. Tenant occupied. They want to sell ASAP and it's not listed. This one I think is a really... Have you done any deals inside of like New York City?
No, but I do have connections where they have been out there doing deals in New York, New Hampshire, New Jersey, in those areas. So hopefully, I mean, we get some love, but
I would say this one, I think let's pass on this for now. We might come back to it in a little bit. The thing that's throwing me off is it's in pristine condition, and comping in here, I've got no idea how to support you on that.
I mean, I've done the Pace Morby subject too. We've done about, I want to say 5 to 6 sub 2s already. And we're, oh, we got a 4th on here. I'm not afraid of creative financing.
How about this one? New Orleans, Louisiana. Selling a vacant, non-occupied house. Poor condition. It's vacant. They want to sell ASA. Oh, they're a wholesaler. Haters.
We do JVs as well. We have a program, Friends with Benefits. So, I mean, hey.
I mean, if you want, man, we can lock this up. You can get a JV deal done. You want to do that? No, and that's fine. Let's do it. Let's keep going here.
Yeah, let's call the direct to seller. Those will be more juicy.
Direct to seller. I want to earn the deal.
I'm wanting one in poor condition. A lot of these are coming in good condition.
Who knows? Maybe they might be super, super motivated. I mean, Dean, the 6 figures we did was in pristine condition almost. It was just dated.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean.
This one I'm liking more. It's also in New Orleans. Tired of being a landlord. Fair condition. Paint inside, landscaping, air conditioning. It's vacant. They want to sell ASAP. They've owned the property for 20 to 29 years, and there's no mortgage.
Perfect.
How you feeling? Let's do this one.
I'm feeling ready.
Do one. I'm going to send it to you.
All righty.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Here we go. Here we go.
You got to sound like a local. You got to say New Orleans.
Hello.
Hey, Claude, how you doing today? It's Angel.
How you doing? What's happening?
Good. I'm actually calling you because I see you filled out a web form here about your property here in New Orleans, looking for a cash offer.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Do you have about 5 to 10 minutes? Just want to ask you a couple questions about the property, like the roof, AC, inside condition, stuff like that. And once I get all that information, I actually can get with my financial partners to see how much your property qualifies for.
Yeah, I filled that out on the site.
No, I totally understand that. But I would love to ask you in person. And I just want to make sure that we are on the same page, because if I go back to my the investors that have the money and I don't give them all the information, I don't want them lowballing you too low.
It's okay. I ain't got to worry. You ain't got to worry about nobody lowballing me.
Gotcha. Great. Well, and you know what the beautiful thing about this, the only job that you got to do is just have a confident yes or no decision. If it's something you want to do, totally great. But if not, no big deal. As long as you know what your options look like, that's all that really matters, huh?
I got you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, Claude, what's got you looking to sell right now?
I didn't hear what you said.
What's got you looking to sell right now?
Well, I don't want to be a landlord
Okay.
and try to pay taxes and insurance out of my pocket.
Man, aren't we all? Aren't we all, huh?
So, and so that's pretty much it. I don't want to be a landlord, man.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And if I can help it, I'll try to avoid that.
Why aren't you trying to be a landlord? Did we have some bad tenants in the place?
Well, just going. I'm not a person that I'm not gonna run after you every month for your rent. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna charge you late fees when you're late.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm not. I don't want to put you out.
Mm-hmm.
When you have children.
Okay.
And then in New Orleans, the renters have more rights than the homeowners.
Oh, I totally understand what you mean by that. We buy properties all over.
So if that's not enough to answer your question.
That's actually plenty. I mean, we buy properties all over US. So when we go into California and New York, I mean, you could just imagine the rights that they have and how much leeway they get over us as landlords. So I totally understand what you mean. Totally understand what you mean. And actually, I really appreciate you sharing that. I mean, I know how you feel. I know what you're going through. We've been through it at least 20 to 30 times alone this year. So that's something that you don't want to go through.
Right. So that's pretty much it. I don't want to have to, and a lot of repairs when you're written, the people, the tenants, sometimes they tend not to care about your property. So,
exactly.
Right.
I mean, it's not theirs. They mess it up. They stop paying, and then
it's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
They don't show up. They don't show up to court when there's an eviction.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, sometimes the court even sides with them, and then now you're stuck in a hole. No, I totally understand.
Right. There you go.
Okay, well, let's do this then. You said you owned it maybe about 10 to 19 years so far?
Yeah, I've been owning that house a while, since probably like maybe I would say before Katrina. So Katrina's been 17 years.
Yeah.
So about 22 years.
Perfect. Okay, so you're the perfect person to ask these questions to. Right. I know I can't be there physically, and you don't want to as well. So I'm gonna need your help in having a virtual walkthrough, if that's okay with you.
A virtual, yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. So I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna imagine. Have you remodeled this house in the past 5 years?
In the past 5 years, no, but it was I would say in the past 10 years, 2 rooms was added on. Remodeled the kitchen and added on 2 bedrooms.
Okay, added on 2 bedrooms. Gotcha. And those added on bedrooms, are they permitted by any chance? Are they legal?
Oh yeah. Oh, everything is up to code.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. That's exactly what I want to hear. Okay. Is there any immediate repairs that I need to know about? Anything, any surprises that we might walk into, if any?
No, man. The house is the people that was renting it. They didn't have any problems other than just paying their rent.
Okay.
So I had to evict them. They broke the central heat and air unit.
Oh wow.
The heater works, but the air conditioner doesn't work. That would have to be replaced.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing we're in the winter, huh? Because
right. But I'm just saying, I bought, instead of I couldn't find it. Stopped making that model when I went to try to replace it, and I couldn't find those parts. So what I did was, since they were still rented, I bought 4 window units.
Okay.
And I put it in there because it was rental. And then when they left, they took them with them.
Oh wow.
Right.
Okay.
Another bad experience. They
Wow.
took the stove, refrigerator, and all 4 window units.
What?
I called the police, and the police told me if I didn't see them do it or had proof that they did it, it's their word against mine, because anybody could have went in there after they left and took it.
Are you serious?
So, yeah, that's what I mean by the renters have more rights than the owners.
Well, I'm really sorry you had to go through that. I mean, man, I think you're number 1 on the stories if we had to tell them.
Right.
Okay. Well, let me do this. I don't want to pull too much on the pain. But what type of floors do you have in there? Is it carpet, laminate,
Floors.
tile?
Wood floors
Okay.
with there's wood floors, and there's a wood floor, but over the kitchen is tile.
Okay.
The bedrooms is wood floors, but it's a type. It's like what is this?
Like a laminate almost.
Laminate on it, yeah.
Okay.
Like or something like that.
Gotcha. Bathroom and the kitchens, they're still original, right?
And the kitchen was expanded. I told you.
Yeah.
About 10 years ago, it was renovated.
Yeah.
The kitchen was a bigger kitchen than 2 bedrooms.
Okay. Okay. 2 bedrooms, Adam. So all in total, what's the bedroom and the restroom count?
It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 full baths.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no. Where'd he go? Guys, he crashed. Well, shit, I hope he can't hear me right now. I might be messing up his call, but it looks like his internet went down. Nothing we can do about that at this moment. What are you guys thinking about the call so far? This guy's perfect. He's got some problems going on. He's diving deep into the pain. The line that he used that I really liked was the virtual walkthrough, and he said, "I'm going to close my eyes and imagine." What a fantastic transition. I've never, ever heard anybody use that before. That is the first time. I think every time we have people come on the show, they drop like one line that I've just never heard before that just is like, oh,
Which
man.
one was it?
Can we do like a virtual walkthrough? And
Yeah.
I'm going to close my eyes and imagine.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's something we like to do, and something that I pressed on the team early is, unless you set it up really well when it comes to asking about the condition of the house, a lot of times they're just going to say it's good, it's okay. So you really got to set it up to like, hey, I want to understand the condition of this house. So walk me through the house. Pretend like I'm at the house with you right now and walk me through the house. So I walk in the front door. What kind of floors do you have? Right now you're talking about the floors. Then you all right, now I'm in the kitchen. What kind of cabinets do we have? Countertops. When you can go through that, not only are they going to be talking about it, thinking about it, and in most cases, understanding the fact that, hey, this house isn't fixed up, it's not remodeled, and you have the opportunity to comment on that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's out. And don't take for granted the opportunity there that you have, because a lot of times these sellers aren't talking about houses all the time. So you already understand it's outdated from usually the get-go. Has it been remodeled in the past 5 years? No. Okay, it's probably outdated. Is there any immediate repairs? No. Okay, it's just outdated. But if they're hearing your reaction to the floors, to the kitchen, to the bathrooms, it's setting the expectations that, hey, this house is not great. It needs a lot of work. And you're giving yourself more opportunities to plant those seeds. So that's the biggest takeaway, is when you can have them walk you through the house, talk about the house, then everything's out on the table. They know the house isn't great. So now you're putting, kind of the ball more in your court.
That's a really good note right there. That's super epic. We got Angel back here in the background. I'm going to pull him back in.
My wife didn't want to have anything to do with it. My mother didn't want to have anything to do with it.
Okay.
If anything, they want me to sell it.
Okay.
So, I mean, you can do a title search.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
clear title.
And that was the main question, right? I just want to make sure that basically everyone on title is who we're talking to. We don't need to add more people on the line or make sure everybody.
No, let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you, my brother, and I can't remember what year this is, but it was about 12 years ago. My brother's wife was murdered.
Ooh.
Okay. And my brother was murdered in his house. Okay. So my brother couldn't live in his house because his wife was murdered in his house. So my brother was staying with my mother, and he was driving her crazy. So I let my brother live in the house we're talking about now.
Okay.
8634. And I told him, I said, you can live here, you can stay here. He was grieving really bad, bro. and I was on the road with the brothers. So anyway, my brother took over the house, was staying in the house, and my brother put the house in a called Imani Group.
Okay.
So when you do a title search, you're going to see that it's called Imani Group. But my brother got the house from me.
Okay.
So the original title is I bought the house. But anyway, my brother passes. When he passes, in his will, he leaves me the executor of his estate.
Okay. So basically, you do have the power to sell, is what you're saying.
I'm telling you, I do have the power to sell.
And I just want to make sure, because sometimes I'll be honest with you, Claude, we get people all the time that try to sell houses that they don't own. So I just wanted to double, triple check with you.
I pay the taxes on it. I'm the original purchaser of the house.
Okay.
And I still pay the taxes. I pay the taxes on it.
Well, Claude,
And everything I told you is you'll find out when you do a title search.
Yes, sir. Well, Claude, let's assume that you like our offer. You decide to move forward. Do you have anything to figure out, if anything, like moving? You need stuff out of there. You need stuff disposed.
No, it's empty.
Okay. Well, based on every.
The grass in the morning.
Yes, sir. Well, based on everything you told me, Claude, I mean, you know, it being vacant, you wanting to get out of it, not being a landlord anymore. I really want to do what's best. What do you feel is the fair price for this property, cash?
I'm looking at somewhere around in the 190s.
In the 190s? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's with us covering closing costs and escrow fees and all that stuff as well?
Yes.
Okay. And if you don't mind me asking, how did you get that number?
Well, I got that number because recently I had a real estate agent that called me and texted me, and he had been trying to sell the property for me a while ago, but I didn't want to sign the paperwork that they had because I thought it was very insulting.
How long ago was this? Do you know?
Maybe last year.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I turned down his offer, what his company offered, I turned it down.
Okay.
And then so he called me to let me know that the market value for the houses in that area had went up.
Okay.
And he was trying to get him to sell it, and he told me he could get 198 for it.
Okay.
But I still refused to sign the insulting paperwork that they had.
Okay.
So I decided not to go with that company.
Okay.
But you asked me how did I come to that figure. And that's how I came to that figure, because I was notified by a real estate agent.
Gotcha. And I'll be honest with you, right? I mean, on market, you're probably going to get the highest price for it. Us as investors, I'll be honest with you right now. I mean, our job is to go in there, remodel the entire property, do what we need to do, and then possibly make some money in this, especially in the market that we're in now, right? The market we're in.
I understand. Well, let me just say this, man. The neighborhood that I live in is not that far from the house that I'm trying to sell.
Okay.
And in the neighborhood that I live in, one of my neighbors just sold a family house, a corner lot, a family house, no electricity, no walls, no water, just a shell for $300,000.
Okay.
So in this area, in this part of town, and up in Carrollton, the houses are going for it might be a good time to sell right now. You know what I mean? In the neighborhood I live in, houses are going for $300,000-$400,000. So I think this house, the shape that it's in, and an investor can come in and invest a little money, man, and then turn it into a $400,000 property.
Claude, you got to remind me when we have job openings, I need to go ahead and send you a notification, because you, my friend, you pretty good salesman. Well, Claude, let me do this, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's my job to fight for your price. I definitely want to see if we can get a deal going here. I mean, you know how investors are and how they'll be, and their job is to make sure that they can get the lowest price possible, right?
Yeah, I understand.
And then we got to,
on the right day, you might get it.
Exactly. That's all I'm trying to figure out, right? So at the end of the day, I don't want to be disrespectful because I do respect you and everything that you're doing. And I want to make sure that basically it's a number that both makes sense to not just us, but you as well. You know what I mean? So let me do this.
Check it out. Check the photo. You got some pictures of it on Zillow.
That's what I was gonna say. Let me do this. Let me go back to the team. But before I do that, I recommend you checking this out. Go homehelpersgroup.com. I always recommend that you do your due diligence so you know exactly who you're working with. I'm gonna take about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna talk with our partners, see exactly what we can do cash on this property. And as soon as I see what it qualifies for, I'll give you a call back. Are you gonna be available here in the next 10 to 15 minutes?
Yeah, man, I'm at home. I'm in the kitchen. I'm cooking dinner.
Perfect. And then the way that call goes, I mean, it just usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes, lets you know what your property qualifies for and what we can do if you decide to take the offer. And I'll let you know the entire process with the next steps to follow.
All right, then.
Perfect. All right, Claude.
Angel, right?
Yes, sir. Angel Home Helpers Group. Look us up. And then let me talk to the partners here.
Send me a link to my number.
Perfect. I'll send you a link right now, but I'm going to call you in
right.
10 to 15 minutes. I want to just make sure that you're going to be able to pick up.
Yeah, I'm going to pick it up.
Perfect. All right, Claude. I'll speak with you here in about 10 minutes.
Later.
All righty. Bye. All right.
I was muted, but I was getting hyped while muted. Dude, I am impressed, dude. That is a clear step up. Holy, dude.
I really appreciate you, Liam. I mean, based off of the first show on what we were doing here, I just knew that like I really had to step my game up, and what you guys are doing, the numbers you're doing, I want to do that too. So I had to let the ego down. Dean sent me on some trainings. We met with some people that were doing literally 5 to almost 6-figure months, and it was insane. We learned from them. We learned exactly what worked and what didn't. They listened to our calls and they said, hey, this is where you're messing up. This is exactly what you got to do. Rinse and repeat. And man, my production has doubled, if not tripled. I mean, I have two wells in escrow and one closing next week, baby. Let's go. Nah.
There we go, baby. Dude, look at that, man. That's excellent. Hey, could you turn your microphones down just a little bit? I'm getting some echo back in from whenever I'm shouting. I'm getting too excited.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, no, you're fine. Here, let me do it right now, actually.
Cool.
Is that better?
Perfect. Yeah, it's great. It's perfect. So
Okay.
guys, everybody in the chat, I want to give away the notes that I saw. First was the line that I talked about before, the transition to getting the virtual interview. That was fantastic. But as he got to the end of the call, it was about rapport and not about just grilling the seller. The seller was talking for the majority of the time there, and that's exactly what you want. You know, a framework that I use, it's called the bank framework. And how that works is, imagine for every call that you start, you have $100 in your bank account. Every word that you say, you got to take $5 out and put it somewhere else. You're losing that money. Every word the seller says, you're paid $5 or $2. So for every word, you get $2. Every word you say, then you got to take $5 out. The goal is at the end of the call, you want to have more money in the bank account than you started. It's something that a lot of people struggle with, is where they just start talking and talking and talking. But what they fail to realize is that telling isn't selling. There's a big difference. And the other thing, right towards the end, I'm a huge proponent of separating you doing the comps from the actual sales call. It's something that has just been like the standard for the last couple of years in the industry, where people, they do their comps live, they try to get it all done. And the problems that creates is, A, you're not able to actually focus on the seller as much as you want to. You know, so if Angel were running comps in the background, he might not have missed, or he might not have caught some of the pain points that the seller said, and he might not have been able to dive into those, because nobody can multitask as well as they think they can. And on the flip side, when you're running comps and you're trying to lock up a deal on one phone call, it makes it so much more difficult to run good numbers, because you're under a time crunch and you might miss something that if you didn't separate out. And scalability wise, now when you're building your systems, this actually allows you to put in place a genuine underwriting team inside of your business. And that is so much more scalable, because when we're trying to hire a whole bunch of angels into our team who are fantastic on the phone, you know, maybe we got somebody who's as good as Angel on the phone, but he can't run numbers very well. Well, that person still has a place in our team. But if the role that Angel has is running numbers and on the phone and doing all this, that person might not work out. So separating the roles makes it a lot easier to scale. But yeah, those are all my notes, guys.
Yeah, Liam, I would just add, I think the biggest thing when it comes to whether you're new or experienced is you've got to follow a script. You can't just shoot from the hip and kind of see see how the conversation goes, because no matter how good you are, you're going to miss things. So for us in our script, we have 10 talking points. The introduction is one. Establish expectations for the call, so they clearly understand like what your intent is, how you expect the call to go, and the fact you want them to make a yes or no decision. Then you're getting into their motivation, the condition, the occupancy, the timing of when they want to sell, who the decision makers are, their roadblocks, if any, and then the price. Lastly, you're setting expectations for that second call. It takes the pressure off of you having to figure out the numbers and figure out what a good offer is on that call. And you're setting expectations you're going to be calling them back. It creates a much more clear-cut process for the seller and for yourself so that you can scale it, like you said. And by having that structure in place and reinforcing it, like Angel said, our team went to training and we already knew all this stuff. We had it in place, but the training helped reinforce what we knew with some additional tweaks and got our entire team on the same page. And it was like, there's no ands, ifs, or buts. This is exactly what we're doing going forward. And so since we've been doing that and having a lot more structure and reinforced structure, it's just the results speak for themselves. So that's why Angel's a whole new person now.
And what you guys don't see, and I did drop this in the chat, but what you guys who are watching this right now don't see is the platform we're using to stream. We got a private chat so we can talk amongst each other, all of us up here. Dean is giving some fantastic coaching in the background. Like he just gives a little bit of a suggestion like, hey, ask this question. What's happening here? Is he flexible? Everything that he says, and I remembered this from last time we had him on too, is that everything he said was just like the perfect moment to say it and the perfect way to get it conveyed too. So you guys aren't seeing that, but Dean is coaching like a beast back here too. Angel, what are the comps showing right now, man?
Let's look up these numbers. I'm gonna get back to the chicken that's cooking. I'll be right back.
I mean, I'll be honest. I see some pretty good ones. I mean, if I'm looking correctly, how I'm supposed to be looking, like I know I should be. 3.2, 1,300 square foot is what we're dealing with. But there's one that just sold in September. I mean, we're in November. I know that was 2 months ago for 335.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And he's already asking 190. His estimate says 178, but then he told us that he added 2 rooms that are permitted.
Sure.
So
that adds significant value.
Exactly. So at 190, I'm running my numbers right now because we got a deal, what's called a deal analyzer that allows us to put in at a conservative level, especially in this market, numbers with repair costs, with estimated profits and selling costs as well. So we know exactly where we kind of need to be at on our numbers. So let me just be conservative, super conservative. Okay.
That's smart. Right now, yeah, if you're not being conservative in this market, then you are going to end up losing out. You might get the contract signed and just not be able to sell it on the back end. So exactly. That's a good note. Say, Chris, welcome in, Mr. Delaware. Welcome. Everybody who's here right now, I want to know what market you're in, about how many deals you're doing a month, and what you hope to take away from the show. Just put that in the comments. I really want to know where you guys are at because, I get the analytics on the back end, but I don't get to really meet you guys, So I want to know exactly where you guys are from and what's going on. While Angel's running his numbers here. And you know what? While Angel's running his numbers here, and Dean is going to deal with his baby, I'm going to actually share some with you guys. And, I didn't tell Dean I was going to do this, but take a look at this, everybody. Guys, this is Dean's website, deanrogers.com. And Dean is without a doubt one of the very best coaches that I've ever seen, ever. Him and I have a lot of conversations about scaling the business, and everything that he said, it's always so spot on. There's never been a single thing he said that I disagree with. And I know a bunch of his students personally, which is why I personally recommend, if you guys are looking for some sort of mentorship to get into, I recommend at least giving Dean a shot to get a consultation, see if you guys fit, because, the style he brings, the dude was in the NFL. He knows what good coaching looks like. I mean, those coaches there get paid so many millions of dollars a year that it's, they're the best of the best of the best. So I really recommend you guys check this out, deanrogers.com. And even if you don't go through with it, you're going to have some takeaways from those calls. Every single call I've had with Dean, I have been so impressed and so excited that I got on.
Okay, I'm running my numbers now, trying to find an average. So I'm getting, let's see. So it's 294. There's some that sold for, see, that's the thing on this market right here. It's all craziness. I mean, there's one that sold down the street for 220, another one that sold up the street for 294. Criteria is all the same though. They all meet what they're supposed to meet. Square footage is not even 50 to 60 square feet below each other.
What I would do is I would take a look at that one that's 220 and figure out why that one sold for $74,000 less than the other one. Was the 294 one in perfect condition? Because that would be the, you know, comp to beat there then.
1930, built in 1930, built in 1940, built in 1940. So the one that sold for 294 had a big lot size. Is 7,000 square feet. I know that probably doesn't make a difference sometimes, but ours is barely 3,600 square feet.
Yeah,
So
double
that
the
could be a
lot
difference
size. No,
maker.
that will have a difference. So let's not count that one. So I mean,
but
the one that was
that's
220. Do you have photos?
Oh, actually, yeah. Let's pull.
Take a look at those. Chris says, I'm new. I've done one deal. I need to step up my game. My man, if you've done a deal, you're already doing more than most. If you want to start stepping up your game more and more, just take more and more action. That's my best advice, man. Come in, listen to fantastic closers like Angel, so that way you get smoother and smoother on the phone talking to these sellers. But then you've got to leverage that skill by just getting in front of more and more sellers. So whatever you're doing for marketing, whether it's cold calling, mass SMS, no matter what you're doing, double down on that or triple down on that and make way more calls. You know, there's a funny story. There's a couple communities that I've involved in, and Mr. Brad is in one of them here. He's in Central Florida. Shout out from REI Revolution, which is a community that I frequent. I love it there. And one of the members of the community was asking me, hey, how do I scale my business? You know, I haven't done any deals. I'm wanting to go into this full time. And I'm not getting any traction cold calling. And I was like, interesting, right? We know cold calling works. It's tried and true. And when it wasn't working, that raises some red flags. So what's going on? I asked, okay, how many calls are you doing? She was like, this week I've made like 100 calls and I just haven't gotten anything. I'm like, well, how long have you been doing it for? I've been doing it for a week. Like, well, you can't say that you don't have any traction yet when A, you've only been doing it for a week, and B, you only made 100 calls that week. And so what I did is I put it into perspective. When I used to have my sales team that did outbound for agents, each person would be doing anywhere from 500 to 1,000 dials a day. That's a day. So you can imagine how many more conversations people are having if you're doing that amount of volume. So that right there is what you got to double down on if you want to start getting deals.
All right, I think I'm ready.
You think you're ready? I'm just going to answer these comments so you can get back on the line.
Okay, perfect.
We got Mr. Conway Johnson III. He's in St. Louis, Missouri, and Dallas. He's doing 2 to 3 a month. That's a respectable amount. Just now started focusing on the wholesaling side, but been in real estate for the last 8 years. Oh, so the 2 to 3 a month are those fix and flips, or as an agent, what is the, how are you making money on those? Interesting. Caleb says, brand new to the game. 1 deal under the books from Dean's coaching program. Yo, okay, so you're coming in from Dean's Look at that. We got a private, not private, we got a personal guarantee from him here. Look at that. Central California, that's a hard market to operate in, man. That's killer if you're getting a deal there. Just started using iSpeed to lead, working on getting leads locked up. I appreciate you, man. And hey, give us feedback on everything. We're nowhere without all of our customers giving such fantastic feedback. You know, we don't let our egos get in front of us, you know. That's something that is a requirement to be on our team, that we can take constructive feedback very well. You know, just the other day, there was a project that I had taken on and maybe even overextended myself to take on. And I was slacking on getting the team organized and running it. And so, you know, Gene, CEO, cracked down on me and said, yo, what's going on, man? Like, you said you could do this. We have a higher standard. And you know what you got to do is just be like, okay, yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. So that's what our entire team is like. So whenever you have any feedback, please don't hesitate to share that with us, because it's how we got to where we are. Dalton, I know Dalton.
Okay, let's go. All right, let's give this gentleman.
Dalton's moving up to 1 a month. And Conway says the 2 to 3 are wholesalers for the last 3 months. Got it. That 8 years of understanding will help you scale quick, man. That's excellent. And Angel's back on the line with the deal ready to close.
Hello.
Hey, Claude, how you doing? It's Angel again.
All right. What you say, Angel?
Good. So we took a look at it. We actually have some experts in the area that have done business where you are.
Okay.
Now they said that your property is a little bit different than everybody else's. You know how everybody basically has a face and yours doesn't, because you have to go in through the sides, right?
Right.
Exactly. So that's kind of like a little bit concerning.
I'll tell you why, man. Long time ago, that property used to be a barbershop.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
And when I bought it, I took the front part and closed it off.
Okay.
Closed that door off. It used to be a barbershop. The front was a barbershop, and the back, I guess somebody lived in it.
Yeah.
You know, a long time ago.
No.
So,
and the reason why I say that is because it doesn't really have a face, and like there's really nowhere to park. I mean, there's not a back entrance or anything like that. It brings the value down. And
okay, well, that's fine.
You know what I mean? I mean, the 193 on the market would probably be your best bet if you were looking to go that route. But this is what you qualified for based off of all the conditions and the parameters involved. We're at $120,000 cash.
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. All right. That's like 80,000 less than what I wanted, right?
No, I mean, I understand it's 80,000 less than what you wanted, and I totally see what you're coming from. But as you know, this is its only unique property in the area, and all the other ones are basically like, you could say the pretty girls on the block. You know what I mean?
There's a house on the corner, right there on the corner. It used to be a t-shirt printing shop.
Yeah, I see it. All right on the side, the brown one, the brown looking building.
Right, and then some I know the people that live there, and they just did some renovations and put a front on it.
Yeah, you know, and doing that costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of time. You got to get the city involved. You got to get the permits passed. You know, so that's what we're throwing into the equation as well. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you really think about it, Claude, you don't really inquire any of the risk or anything that you have to take in order to gain that. I mean, we'll take all the risk for you, and you just cash out.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to offer a little more than 120.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: are they able to provide you like a proof of funds, a bank statement? Because we could do that right now, letting you know that we got the 120 in the bank.
I didn't inquire. I didn't really inquire about that part. I'm not, you know, I wasn't like, I wasn't desperate to run and sell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm not saying you are, but I am saying that, like, I don't want somebody locking you up at, like, let's just say 150, right? And then you guys are in escrow. And then while you're in escrow or with a lawyer, whatever it is, they come back at you at the last minute and hit you with the price reduction at 120, which is what I was trying to give you. But I don't want to play no games with you, you know?
Right.
So that's what I meant by that.
All right. Well, I got your number, Angel. I'll sleep on it. If I have a change of heart, I'll give you a call.
Well, let me do this. How about I schedule you in here for tomorrow, because we're looking to buy 2 more properties by the end of this week, and I'd hate to miss an opportunity to pass up on yours. So, I mean, at the end of the day,
just tell me this: what would be involved if I said yes to the 120?
And you mean, how would the process work? Is that what you meant?
Yeah, how would the process work?
So basically what I would do is I'd send you a contract, and then me and you would look over it. Because it's a cash deal, it's a simple contract. It basically lets you know that we're buying the property in cash for 120. We inquire all the escrow fees, responsibilities, or lawyer fees, or whatever it is that we're going to use. And we take care of the closing. We have our TC handle the entire transaction from start to finish. You get CC'd in the emails and you get updated as the escrow process goes through. Once they verify that, you know, you are the owner, you can sell the property, everything is good to go. We get final statements ready. You see exactly how much you're going to be inquiring. So if it is a 120 and there's no taxes, there's no, you know, any liens or judgments against the property or any of that sort, then you basically get the full amount of the 120, either by check or a direct deposit straight to your bank. We sign closing documents, and that's that.
Okay. All right, then. All right. Well, thank you.
Okay. Well, how about this? Am I able to give you a call back, Claude, just to see how things are going?
Yeah, you can call me back.
Okay. Sleep on it.
All right.
Let me know.
right.
And then when I call
All
you
right.
back, hopefully we're able to get a deal going here.
All right. Have a good day.
You too, sir.
All right, peace.
I think everybody was super excited at how well you shut up after you gave the offer. That's a skill that so many people are lacking. One of my favorite sayings is question and shut the fuck up, because that's not a skill you should do only after the offer, but you should do it every time you ask a question. A lot of times people start to chain their questions together. So they'll say like, I don't know, they'll ask a tough question and then they'll immediately follow it up with the question worded a little bit easier that lets them off the hook rather than just being quiet and letting them in. Oh, we got Mr. Dean back. Welcome back, man.
What's up?
Yeah.
I was going to add to that. I think you got to know when to push and pull. And also with this particular property, I'm not going to say we're super excited about it. It's not, in your typical neighborhood. It's got a commercial property right next door, right? It was an old barbershop converted. So it might not be the easiest, best house to sell.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we're not like, trying to fight too hard for it. But
Mm-hmm.
with that said, if this was a property that like we really wanted to sink in on, sink our teeth into it and try to get it done, one of the strategies when they say, hey, let me sleep on it, you want to handle that objection, right? You don't want to just let them kind of go along their own process. You want to dive a little deeper. And I know Angel was thinking in the back of his head as we were talking, this is a little tricky one. Maybe we need some more time to sleep on it too. But but in this case, right, like if it was one we were really serious about, we could maybe lean in and say, hey, look, I deal with a lot of sellers, and usually when they say they need to think about it, their answer is actually no. They're just being kind, right? Mm-hmm. So are you seriously interested in selling this property and serious about our offer, or is it just a no? I'd rather know now rather than call back tomorrow and it be a no. Mm-hmm. And they might say, no, I am seriously interested in it. Cool. Well, then where are we at on this? Is it the price? Is it me? Is it the process? Right? You can box that objection, the good old Sean Terry strategy that I learned, years ago, and try to understand. If it's the price, cool. Well, what price were you thinking? Right? How far apart are we? Now you can figure out, well, I was thinking for a cash offer 130. Okay, well, if I could come in at 122.5, would we have a deal? Boom, you might get a deal right then and there. You don't have to wait till tomorrow. You don't have to play games. You handled it right then and there. So I think if you can address that objection, I need to think about it. I need to talk to my wife. I need to sleep on it. Handle that objection right then and there. Hey, if you wake up tomorrow, you think you're going to feel any different than you do today? What are your thoughts right now? Most of the time when people say they need to think about it or they want to sleep on it, they're really just saying no politely, right? Now you can dive into boxing that objection and handling it right then and there. You might not realize they're just not feeling comfortable about the process. The price is actually fine. Mm-hmm. Right? We can get a deal today. I just need to make them feel more comfortable. They don't understand me. They don't know who our company is. Hey, you're cooking dinner right now. Why don't you just type in homehelpersgroup.com? I'll show you who I am. You can see my face right here on the website. We're real people. Mm-hmm. So I think if you can get really good at handling those objections, you can bring that deal together or find out sooner than later. Hey, it's not a deal right now. I'll follow up with you in 3, 6, 12 months.
Yep.
That's a really good note on the making yourself a public accessible person. I think a lot of people get into wholesaling and they have this thing about like they hide their name, they use a fake phone number, they use all this stuff that makes them really inaccessible and untraceable, when it's like, man, I mean, you want to be able to deliver messaging to the sellers in any way that you can. And a huge way that you can do that is by getting them onto your site where you can have a specific set of messages that these people get where they can tell you how, or you can tell them exactly how you're different. So for example, right, I've got a number of different sites for all of the real estate stuff that I have, right? We have our PPC site. A PPC site is specifically used to convert paid traffic. It's a funnel process where they start at the top. We get their information step by step by step. Actually, Dean, there we go. So we're going to get their information step by step by step. Another thing we're going to have is an SEO page. An SEO page is something that will rank well with Google. So that's going to be built off of a system like Carrot. But then also, right, the main front-facing page, when people just type in our address that we can send to them, that is going to be a trust building page where they're going to see our last 5 to 10 projects. And with that, they're going to see a before, and after, and then a story about how we got that deal and what happened with it. It's going to be talking about how we differ from other investors, right? So we can put it as an us versus them, and we can build this trust over time. There's a lot of ways to build trust in messaging, and not making yourself hidden is a fantastic way to do that, making yourself accessible.
Yes, yes. And also, I do want to add, and the only reason why I want to add is because we've actually closed deals in this way. I know everyone pushes close on the spot, because we've had deals that close on the spot, but don't be afraid to wait. A lot of people say, do it. I promise you guys, the money's in the follow-up. The money's 100%. In the follow-up. So if you're not following up daily or monthly or whatever you say on that time frame, you're probably missing so many deals. I mean, Liam, those two whales that we got, those are your PPC leads, but they took about 3 months.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I could have just gave up and been like, man, these leads are trash. Yep. You know, and then boom. But
people are ready. They're just not ready yet. They want to sell. You've just got to be there in their pocket and be the best option for them. Huge proponent of follow-up. And guys, one thing, and I want to get your guys' feedback. Everybody that listens to this, either drop a comment, or if you're watching the recording of this, send a message to me on what you think about this. What we are planning to do is build out infinitely automated follow-up sequences on the iSpeed platform that then for every single lead, let's say they're just not quite ready yet, you give us the information that we need to do these follow-up sequences. And then for each of the leads that you take down, we can then set up this follow-up sequence that will keep messaging them and building the rapport and trust with them until they are eventually ready to sell. So that way you don't just keep trashing them because they're not ready to sell right now. So that's something we're going to do. So let me know you guys' feedback on that. But what I want to do is, with everybody here, let's get another lead on the line. I'm thinking it's time to get a deal.
Hey, while you're looking for leads, I'll give Angel some props. Another key thing to do, guys, is to take back control of not only the conversation you're having, but setting expectations for future conversations. Several times, Claude tried to say, I'll sleep on it. I'll call you back tomorrow. No, we don't want to rely on Claude calling us back, right? Angel said, well, is it all right if I give you a call, right? And got a confirmation on the yes. And Angel did that several times, and you want to be able to set the expectations on what the next steps are, how the process is, the fact that you're going to be following up, right? And by doing that, you're going to get them either on board to do it. There's no guarantee they'll pick up, but the more that you can say, hey, I'm going to call you back, and is morning or evening better for you, right? Just to kind of get on the same page of when you're going to call, it's going to help put you in a better position.
Fantastic note. Thank you for adding that. Oh, you know what? Let me go back really quick. And I'm going to answer this question before we choose a lead. So Chris said, should I sharpen the cold calling skills first before I dive into this iSpeed to leads? I just lost my damn job. I'm on limited funds right now. So hoping between me and my son, we get a couple deals soon. So this is something that honestly we get asked a lot. If I'm on limited funds, should I go and buy leads off of iSpeed? And guys, my genuine, honest answer is don't do it right now. And here's why. I'm going to explain it to you. I'll make myself big so you guys can see my hands, because I'm going to use these as kind of explain stuff. There are 2 types of leverage that you can get for your marketing. There's time leverage and capital leverage. Time leverage is where you output your time and you are going to get results back. Capital leverage is where you output your capital and you get results back. The idea for iSpeed is it is a capital leverage system. You spend your money and you are going to get very highly motivated leads back. That saves you a lot of time from having to search them out themselves. It's speed and convenience. That's what it's for. But if you're on limited funds right now, but you just lost your job, meaning that you probably have a decent amount of time, you want to do marketing methods that are much more time leveraged. Do stuff that then now you can control the outcome rather than hoping you get a unicorn on the line. And another thing that happens is that the more time you put in, there is another leverage, right? It's called skill. The more skill, or the best way to get skill is by taking action. And when you control the actual amount of actions you take, your skill is going to build faster. So if I were you, my genuine, honest answer would be try and find as cheap a list as possible and get as many records as possible. And you can either mass SMS them, You can cold call through them, but do something that you can control your time with. And once you start to get deal flow and you have some capital reserves and you want to scale your business genuinely, and now you're not just trying to get a paycheck, then it 100% makes sense to hop onto iSpeed and pick up a really hot lead to bolster your pipeline up. Keep doing the cold calling, and eventually you're just going to make a gradual switch to where now you're only doing leads off of iSpeed and you're closing, 1 out of every 5-10 leads because you're getting so good on the phone. So that's what I would say. Don't hop in and just start buying the most expensive leads yet, right? We're a premium product. We're the best of the best of the best. There's no leads in the space that are better. And I stand behind that firmly.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, shoot, us alone, Liam, we've closed, I want to say, over maybe 30, 40 leads already with you guys.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so this is this year alone. So that's not even including last year's or the year before that when we first got introduced to each other. But you guys, like Liam said, this is a premium product. So if you're not ready, and I'll be the first one to say this, if you're not ready for these leads and these objections and how to go around whatever any seller might throw at you, you might not get it. Real talk. But if you prepare yourself with the cold calling list, you practice your script, you figure out how to handle objections, and you go around that, then when you come here and you spend the money that you need to spend on these leads, you'll 10, 15, 20x your money, if that. Yep. And then what?
Just dump them right back into your marketing. And another really fantastic note is too, right? Somebody who's as good of a closer as Angel had a fantastic conversation into something that can be a deal. He didn't get a 1-call close. One thing that honestly I blame ourselves for a little bit in the industry is we've promoted this ideology of having these 1-call closes, having these unicorns, having people like RJ Bates on, who's so fucking fantastic on the phones, that it's like, it sets the bar that this is the standard of what you want to be. Realistically, when you're looking at a skill set that's attainable for most people, it is going to be that long-term follow-up aspect. So like tonight, how many leads did we buy before we got somebody to pick up? 5, 6, right? I think it was 5. On the 5th one, we got the answer right off the gates, but that doesn't mean those other 4 are to be trashed. That means they didn't pick up right now. In fact, anybody that gets those, you should put those on drip campaigns immediately to start texting them, emailing them, scheduling calls. Whenever you have a lead that's been uncontacted in your pipeline, so it's a lead, right? The difference between a lead and a prospect is somebody you think that they might want to sell. A lead is somebody wants to sell. So a PPC lead, that is a lead. Somebody that you just get skip traced, that's a prospect. So once you have a lead and you haven't gotten on the phone with them yet, your goal should be to call them at least 3 times a day, send at minimum 1 text a day, and send them at minimum 1 email a day. That should be the barrier to meet right there. But yeah, speaking of the leads I want to get you though, how are you thinking about this one in Glendale, Arizona?
I love Arizona. Yeah, I love Arizona.
Now the house is in pristine condition, but the seller is having some financial problems.
Yep.
They've owned the property for 20 to 29 years. There's no mortgage on it. And this is in Phoenix.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Let's do it.
I want to do that one.
Let's see it. Okay. Let's get this guy on the lines. Okay. Let's get it done. ASAP. Perfect. Okay.
Make sure you challenge that pristine condition too.
You know how sellers love to tell the truth.
All the time, man. They never lie. Chris, I recommend checking out my podcast because I have some episodes that are specifically about that. So that's the link right there, man.
Hey, Philip. How you doing? It's Angel.
Good,
Good, sir. I'm actually giving you a call here because I seen you filled out some information on our website about your property in Arizona, and I wanted to see if maybe you had a couple minutes.
Which site are you with?
Yes, it was on
Cash offer option.
offers. I don't know if
Okay,
Mhm.
probably got passed from one of the other ones I filled it out on, but
yeah.
sure, I have a few minutes to talk.
Yeah, usually sometimes when that happens, I get it directly or my team member does. So depending on who it goes to is how we handle the situation. But the beauty of it is the results are going to be the same, and hopefully we can get you a deal that makes sense.
Sure.
Okay. Well, Do you have maybe about 5 to 10 minutes? I mean, I just want to ask you some specific questions about the property, like roof, AC, inside, stuff like that. And then once I get all that information, I can actually go back with our financial partners and they'll let me know exactly what your property qualifies for. Yeah. And then the only thing that you got to do, Philip, is you actually just got to make a yes or no decision. I mean, if it's something you want to do, that's great. If not, totally okay. As long as you know your options, that's all that matters.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? The beauty of this is I'm actually glad I got a hold of you. We just closed a couple properties, so I know we have some funds to buy yours. If we're able to come to terms on a number, you're ready to sell it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what's got you looking to sell right now?
I'll be moving in the future, not too distant future. So.
Okay. And then when you mean too distant, like are you relocating, getting a new job, family? What's going on?
Yeah, correct. I'll be moving 2 different states. So.
Oh, wow. Well, hopefully it's for the better. And if it is for the better, congratulations. If it's not, I promise you I won't tell the cops where you're going.
Yeah.
Well, when you say you're moving, do you kind of know where you're going to go? Do you have a house in mind, an apartment? Do you have everything ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, that's all good to go. I just need to sell this stuff now. So.
Okay. Well, I know I can't be there physically with you, but if you don't mind, I'd love to go through a virtual walkthrough. Have you remodeled the house in the past 5 years?
I have not really remodeled the interior. I moved in about 2.5 years ago, and they had just redone the kitchen, I think, prior to me moving in. But some new paint in the kitchen, family room, and front room area is pretty much all I've done at the inside.
Okay.
The exterior, I've added RV gates, a grass backyard, a natural grass backyard with a sprinkler system, and then a stone walkway on the west side, or the south side, rather, of the house.
Okay. And then I know you're telling me the beauty of the property, but is there any immediate repairs that I need to worry about?
Functionally, no. Maybe some of the paint could use touch up just based on wall studs, not studs, but wall anchors that have been pulled out and then spackled.
Okay. Okay. And what
mechanics of it are all good.
And what type of floors do you got? I mean, am I looking at carpet, laminate, hardwood? What's going on there?
Yeah, a combination of carpet and tile. So about probably maybe 30% tile, and then about 70% carpet.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this, Philip, because it does sound like it's in pristine condition, like you say it is. Why aren't you listing this property?
So it is listed just as a for sale by owner.
Oh, I see. Have you gotten any hits or offers on it yet?
Yep, I've had one showing. I've got a couple more coming up. So.
Gotcha. How long has it been on the market?
Since Friday. Last Friday.
Since Friday. Gotcha. Okay. And then I'm not trying to dive into your personal life here, but you're not real. I mean, you wouldn't happen to be relisting or moving places for a job or military or anything like that?
I don't really care to answer that question.
Okay, and that's totally fine. Yeah, with respect, you do not have to answer that question as well. Let me do this. You got AC swamp coolers on the house?
Yep, AC unit was new in 2017, I believe, from the previous owner.
Okay, and everything works good?
Yep.
Perfect.
Check up on it earlier this summer.
All right, what about the roof? What's the condition and the age of that?
The roof was new in 2020.
Okay. Is it still insured? Do you have any kind of insurance on it? Any paperwork that you could provide to us?
You mean insurance?
Yeah, you know how they have like a warranty on the roof?
I don't know of any warranty paperwork that I have, no.
Okay. No worries. That's totally okay. And you guys are hooked up on city water and sewer, correct?
Correct.
All right, perfect. Now I know you're living there. Is there anyone else living at the property there now?
No, just me and my dog.
Perfect. Okay. You and your dog. How long you guys lived there so far?
So I've been there since July of 2020.
Oh, nice. Okay. And that's when you bought it, July in 2020?
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Philip, I know one thing people love working about with us is that we close, and our timelines are super fast or super long. We usually take about 21 to 24 days. I know some people love that because it's fast. Other people need more time. What kind of timeline are you looking to do for you and your dog here?
That would actually be pretty perfect. So I'm moving some of the stuff. I plan to move most of the stuff out of the house about November 14th.
Okay.
I plan currently to be out of the house early December. like the 9th or so.
Okay.
But I can move that date a little bit if you guys need. So
Yeah.
either direction.
And you know what? The beauty about that as well is if you don't want to take anything with you, we actually have a team that will take care of all that for you if that's something that you're looking to do.
As far as what?
Like if you don't want to take most of the stuff and you want to leave some stuff there, we'll get rid of it for you.
Oh no, I'll be moving pretty much everything. So
Okay. Well, I really appreciate you sharing that information with me. Phil, would anyone be upset that you didn't talk to them first about making this decision to sell, or is it just you?
that's just me.
Yeah. And then just to clarify that question, I just want to make sure that you're the one on title. There's nobody else that has to sign.
That's correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let me see here. I mean, is there anything else you got to figure out? I mean, you got moving and everything ready. And I know I'm bugging on that question, but I just want to make sure that if there is anything else to figure out, I can help you, or you have everything ready to go.
No, it should be good to go.
Okay. Well, based on everything that you told me, I mean, you're telling me the house is in pristine condition. I know you're trying to sell it by owner. Do you guys still have a mortgage on this one?
I do.
Okay. Okay. So, and me just diving in here based off of previous experiences and deals that we've done, are you looking to pay off the mortgage and also get some money for a new down payment on another property, or?
That's correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Although the down payment's already made, I would just pay off the mortgage on the new property with it. So
Gotcha. Okay. Well, based on everything you told me, the whole situation, I know you need to close fast, or you want to close fast. What do you feel is a fair price if we pay cash?
I think the asking price of $415 is a pretty fair price for the property, to be honest.
Okay.
The speed is not like of the utmost importance to me.
Okay.
I'm not needing the cash immediately. So if I need to wait for something to get a mortgage, that's not a big deal for me either. I know that's not what you're talking about, but
Yeah. And full disclosure, right? We're investors. So, I mean, you do know that we're trying to make a profit on some sort, but we have buying properties with the buy and hold. We've done subject twos where we take over the mortgage for you and, basically cut you a check. Hopefully that's something good. If not, and that doesn't work and you're just trying to pay off the entire thing and get paid out. I mean, the thing that I can do.
I don't think it's eligible for a mortgage takeover. It's a VA loan right now. So
Okay.
I don't think that's transferable. But,
Okay. No, you are right.
interested in
Yeah.
the outright sale.
Yeah. No, you definitely are right. I mean, they'll pull a due on sell clause and then basically we'd be boom, all money on the table. Okay. Well, 415, I definitely have to talk to my team about it. Like I said, it's something that we'd have to consider and see exactly what we'd have to do. You know that we're trying to make a profit. Everyone knows what's going on here. And the last thing I want to do is just, heighten your hopes into something that I'm not going to lie, that we probably might not do. Even at the 415, would you accept a cash offer lower than that?
Depends on how much lower it is, I guess. But
Okay. Okay. And by depends, I mean, if you don't mind helping me, and the reason why I'm asking for this is because my job is to fight for your price, right? And we both know that 415 isn't going to work for us. But if I go back to the investors at a cash level and I say, hey, this is what he's looking to do, this is the situation, can we help him out? Then they'll see exactly how close they can come to that number. If I don't go back with them with the cash offer, then you know how investors are. They're just going to throw you something ridiculously low. And I don't want to be disrespectful towards you. If you did have to sell cash, do you have anything in mind that you'd be looking to get?
yeah, I mean, the absolute lowest out the door money in my pocket would be about 400, I think.
Okay. Okay.
And I don't know if you guys have any fees associated with this transaction or not.
No, we cover all closing costs and escrow fees. So basically what would happen is if there's no liens or judgments against the property, then you would walk away with whatever is minus the mortgage. Okay. All right. Well, Phil, I think I have all the information that I need right now. I recommend you checking us out, homehelpersgroup.com. I always recommend that you do your due diligence so you know exactly who you're working with. I'm going to take about maybe 15 to 10 minutes. I'm going to talk to the partner, see what your property qualifies for. Then I'll give you a call back. That call usually takes about 5 minutes. So if you have any questions in the meantime, write them down. And when I call you back, just let me know everything that you're asking or you're considering or you're questioning. I want to make sure that you're at peace with this. I mean, with that said, do you have any questions for me?
No, not this time.
Okay. Well, great. Will you be available here in the next 10 to 15 minutes to answer my call?
I can make that happen. Yeah.
All right. I mean, if you don't mind, I mean, the last thing I want to do is just egg you on. Want to make sure that I can do something that works. So I will definitely call you back within 10 to 15 minutes. And then after that, hopefully it's something we can do. If we can't, no harm, no foul. As long as you know what your options are, that's all we're here for.
Okay. I appreciate it.
All right, Philip. Talk to you soon.
Thanks.
All right, bye. All right. Now we got to get to work.
You're on mute if you're talking.
I was talking. It's my. I do it every time I come in. I've got I'm like, what am I gonna say here? And I go into it and just
you come in with some
stonewall by
fire. You're
myself.
saying the best thing you've ever said in your life, and it's on mute. I know
It's gone.
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. We kind of
Yeah.
knew the situation. Usually, when a seller says pristine condition, they've already mentally have the mindset that my property's good. It's going to sell for top dollar. I know what it's worth, kind of thing. That's the take I get on it. But it is worth checking out because as you get more information, you might uncover the fact it's not in pristine condition. It needs this and that. And they had financial motivators to move. This guy seems pretty buttoned up, keeps his cards close to his chest. Angel was trying to kind of get in from different angles to see what information he could get. And there's only so much you can really do on that. So I think that's about as much as you can do, but yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at the property. It's nice. And I know he can't do a subject to or creative financing because it's a VA loan, unfortunately. But let me see how much the mortgage is, if we can get kind of like an idea.
Where the Bowen says, I have done a VA loan sub to, and I have heard of other people doing them. I've never done them. But
Wow.
he says it's all about the bank and how you take title. Now, is that meaning that you put the property into some kind of LLC and 1212 address LLC or a trust, and you just make payments from the trust? How'd you
I've heard of the
that?
trust strategy before. I don't know the logistics of it, but that might be the approach. I'd love to hear what Where the Bowens has to say about that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to listen in on.
Says
Because
the
every time we've done it, they've always requested a payoff. So maybe we're doing something wrong, or maybe we're doing something right.
Where the Bowens said it's a trust.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I can see how the property looked when he bought it, and I can see the upgrades that he did to the property based off of these photos alone. That's going to be tough. Well, all we could do is just make an offer and let him think about it. I mean, if he says speed isn't the issue, but it really is, then, you got to make offers. If you don't make offers, you don't get deals, right? You're going to get people to say no. They don't like the price. You give them the price. They might not have a good reaction to it, and they come back to you later. That has happened to us many times. So don't discredit making an offer. If you make a legitimate offer, then there you go. I'm looking at the property. It's clean. It's not modern. It's got old tile. It's got carpet. It's got the old, what do you call that? Like blurred glass for the slider in the bathroom that's made out of aluminum. It's got the old medicine cabinet, pop out. It's got the little old lights in the. It's outdated. Is it in good condition? Yes. Is it move-in ready? Yes, but it's outdated. So we got to lean on it. Say, hey, I had a chance to look at the pictures. In today's market right now, the market is shifting. It's going down. Properties are sitting on the market, and I wish you the best of luck if you get any offers on it. Hopefully that's what happens and you get it. But from a cash offer perspective, we got to fix this property up. We got to remodel it. We got to repaint it, make it look fresh. We got to come in, put new floorings. We got to update the kitchen. I know you got granite countertops, but it's got older style. We need to modernize it. We got to make it like HGTV because that's what's going to help make the house sell. And it's got to be priced right. That's what the market's like right now. So based on that, this is what our cash offer would look like and what the property qualifies for. So this is what our offer is. It's an option for you. I know based on what you shared, how you're feeling about the numbers and where you're at, but this is an option for you. And I'd love to follow up with you
in 48 to 72 hours and see if that's a good fit still.
I'm getting my numbers ready. 1309. So I'm getting an ARV of 436. That's just an average. I know he's below that.
Like 32, 16, 42 square feet. Let's take a look at this thing.
Be super below, but it doesn't actually need a lot of work. So let me change this number, and then let me change this number. Selling costs, profits, repairs. We'd have to be anywhere between 313 and 325 in order for this to be a wholesale deal. We cash out.
At what price?
313 to 325.
Okay, I'd go even less on it. I'd be even more conservative on the ARV right now. Looks like a solid neighborhood. Looks good. I'd tell him the price he's asking. I'd say, I agree. I think it is a reasonable price to ask, but just from our perspective of what's selling and, allowing people to get these properties sold is to have it more updated. And just looking at some other houses that have sold that, they were more updated. So based on that, I need to come in here. I need to do some updates. And so I'll be spending some money out of pocket and then putting it back on the market.
Yeah, our numbers, the way we need it to be, it has to be like 305, but that versus what he's asking, I mean, it's a big no-brainer on what he's looking to do. However, we've done this before where some people left out some information, and speed really is a factor, So the only thing that we can do at this moment, and this is a really good advice for everybody watching. If the number is scary to say, you're at your perfect number. Okay. Real talk. If the number is scary to say and you're scared to say it, that's where you have to be at, or lower.
I was going to just say the exact same thing right there. If that is, if it's scary to say, if you feel I heard that 305, I'm like, oof, man.
Yeah. It is far apart. I do understand. But I mean, at the end of the day, we don't want to lock up a deal hoping it's our first deal and we're ready to go and nobody wants to buy it. You know what I mean? And now you're stuck with a deal hoping. And at the end of the day, all you want to do is deliver. And you're making no money on it.
Yep.
Don't put yourself in that situation. I have before. It's not fun. All right, guys, let's give this guy a call back. And let's just see what happens.
Fun fact, this house is right next to where the Arizona Cardinals stadium is and where I played against the Arizona Cardinals. So pretty cool. I'm looking at these pictures.
The Google Fi subscriber.
Oh, he's got a Google number, huh? Let's give him one more call. Hey, Philip, it's Angel again. How are you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Good. I actually just wanted to give you a call back. I just got done talking to the team, and I'll be honest with you. You're right. You're right on the money. I mean, that price point is definitely where it needs to be. And hopefully you do get it sold at that price point. I mean, for us go in there, I mean, I do see the property. I do see it. It's in pretty good condition. It's a little bit of outdated. So me and my team would go in there and what's it called? Update and upgrade the property all throughout. So with that being said, at a cash value, we're at 305,000.
Okay, I'm not really interested in that offer at this time. Thanks.
No, I totally understand. If anything changes, or you want to get something done quickly, we'd be able to move as fast as possible. So just give us a call back and put us in your back pocket.
All right, thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Yep, what we expected.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, man. And by the way, everybody, because he's a FSBO and he's listed on, if it's something you can find that publicly, like he's listed on Zillow as a FSBO or on FSBO.com, that is a refund. So submit that thing, get your money back.
Which
Roll
seems
into
like
another
he
lead.
said he listed it on Friday. It probably happened. He probably submitted it, wanted to get it sold, and he's fishing around for options. So ended up going for sale by owner, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, you know, if you don't throw your bait out there, you're never going to catch any fish. That's what I say.
That's a good way to say it. That's a fantastic way to say it. Look at that. So what do you guys think? You want to do more? You guys got more time? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I got time, Liam, if that's
Let's
okay
get a
with you.
deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, dude. All right, let's bring the site back up here. Let's just do one that's a new status. So not quite hot, not quite clearance, you know, just right in the middle. Let's see. If there's anything that you see that you like, let me know here.
Let's look.
The ones on first buy or hold mean that these are already purchased.
Yeah.
Gotta wait.
I mean, you see North Miami, move closer to the family, poor condition.
Ooh, I know a lot of people out in Raleigh. Oh, they were selling for financial reasons. It's in fair condition. Bathrooms need work, paint inside. It's owner occupied. They want to sell ASAP. And they're behind on their mortgage.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do that
Let's
one.
do this. I'm liking this one too. I'm
Let's
liking this one
go.
too.
Okay, hold on. Let me get out of here.
If
Take
you're
her
listening
down.
to this live, hit us with some questions you know we need to ask based on all the details from that lead, right? All that information was provided to you before you even bought the lead. So based on that, what questions do you know you need to ask based on that information?
Guys, let me show you here. Take a look at that. You can see here that each, oh, this is the wrong lead. Hang on, let me fix this. You guys can see right here that the VA has already had a conversation, and anything that you do, they're going to be available, ready to rock. Just
Nice.
pick up right where they left off.
Perfect. All right, let's do that. What is it? What time is it in North Carolina? It's like 7, almost 8.
Just before 7.
Okay.
Actually,
Do a
just
triple
for
tap
8.
case.
Just for 8.
You've reached Anna.
Okay, so we know it's the number. Let's call again. It is money time, baby. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna do a triple tap and then I'm gonna leave a voicemail apologizing that I called so much.
You've reached Anna. I'm unable to answer the phone at the moment, so you leave a message and I'll call you as soon as possible.
Hey, Anna, this is Angel here. I know one of our team members reached out to you about your property in North Carolina. I wanted just to make sure that you knew I wasn't spam. So that's why I called you 3 times. But if you can give me a call back as soon as possible, you could also text me as well. And I'm going to be texting you my information so you know that I'm a real person. I'd love to give you a cash offer as soon as I can. All righty. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye. All right, let's send her a text message letting her know that we are real.
Sweet.
Okay. Hey, Anna. Okay.
You ready to pick up a new one?
Yeah, I'm definitely ready.
All right, let's see what we got going on here.
Thank you. I don't know. I have a feeling.
Man, all of these look hot.
We can get one. I know we can get one. We get one solid.
Yep. Now, this one's kind of in the middle of nowhere, so it might be hard to find a buyer.
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, we've sold some in the mountains with population.
maybe not that one. I want one that's a little bit more heat, like this guy. Death in the family, poor condition, tenant occupied. They're a wholesaler.
Oh, so close.
Oh, man. I got excited for a moment there.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I want something with repairs and motivation, you know? Like, we want to just stack these up. Look at this one. Okay, in Florida, financial reasons, sell without showing, fair condition, but the roof needs replacement, paint inside, electrical, paint outside, and air conditioning. That isn't really fair condition. It's owner occupied. They want to sell within a month. They own the property 10 to 14 years, and they are up to date on their mortgage. Let's run it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Boom. Let's run that.
I am excited and ready.
This person's name is hilarious.
Is it? Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's real.
Is that Borges?
Bourgeois.
Okay. I know a little bit of
I'm not French, so you know.
It means like fancy, you know. It's yeah. Becca Bourgeois. That can't be real, man. Somebody pull the address up, see if that's on the title.
Let's see if it's real.
Our call has been forwarded to an.
All right, let's go ahead and give another call. Becca.
Dial right back.
Come on, Becca.
Our call has been forwarded to an.
Okay. Let me send a text real quick.
I like the Bowen saying the voicemail of, "Hey, I got your money. Hang up and watch him call." Yeah, dude, they're gonna be right back.
Hey,
you got money for me? Indeed, we do. You got a house for us.
I'm gonna do what Bowen said. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I got your money," and hopefully they shoot us a text back.
You put it right in play. Perfect.
There. All right. Hopefully they give us some kind of call back or message. Actually, you know what? Let me give her a ring again. I know she read my message.
Our call has been forwarded.
Okay.
They're at dinner or something.
It's one way to say I don't want to talk to you right now.
They don't want me to win. That's no. All right, it's okay. It's all right.
Good thing is we want you to win more than they want you to lose. Let me go back to where we were here. Just jump into page 3 here. These are only a day old. Let's see. Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Apple Valley, California. Campbell, Ohio. Vacant, non-occupied, terrible condition. They're a wholesaler again. Damn.
I like it. Texting me from where? It's Angel from where? Okay, let's see.
This one already did.
You can say Angel from cash offer option. You filled out your information on our website.
No, I can tell you exactly what form they filled out really quick. Becca, yeah, cash offer option.
Gotcha. Are you still looking for an Got it. Okay.
All right, let's find one here. Let's find one.
Okay.
Tired of being a landlord. Pristine condition. LaGrange, Georgia. I don't like that they've only owned it 0 to 1 years. How do you get into this issue in 0 to 1 years? Vacant, non-occupied house. You know, I figured they've just got to have inherited this, and they just didn't check the box. It's vacant, non-occupied, fair. Structural problems, bathroom, paint, landscaping, flooring, kitchen appliances, paint outside. It's vacant. They want to sell ASAP. No mortgage. This has got to be some sort of inherited thing. All right, let's give these guys a call. I'm liking this one.
Okay. I'm texting her now. She says that she's in a meeting, but if we can call in 10 minutes. So hopefully we get something there.
Cool. We can just try this one here. And Becca, well, she missed the
she missed the
she
bus.
missed the angel machine.
Man, it sucks when you miss it.
Yeah.
No money coming to you.
Boom. Just sent it over to you.
Perfect. All right, here we go. Hey, Ron.
Yes.
Hey, Ron. How you doing? It's Angel.
Hey, Angel.
Good, sir. I'm actually giving you a call here because I know the team reached out about your property in LaGrange, and I just wanted to make sure that you're still interested in selling.
I am.
Perfect. Okay. Well, do you have about 5 to 10 minutes? I just want to ask you more specific questions about the property, like roof, AC condition, inside, stuff like that. And then that'll allow me to get with my financial partners to see how much your property qualifies for.
All right, fire away.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I said fire away.
Oh, fire away. Gotcha. The only thing that you have to do out of all this is just make a confident yes or no decision. If it's something you want to do, that's totally great. If not, there's no harm, no foul. As long as you know what your options are, that's all we want for you.
All right.
Perfect. All right, Ron. Well, let's just jump right into it. I know you don't have time to waste. What's got you thinking about selling now?
Buying it.
You said you're trying to get rid of it?
He said, what got me to thinking about selling it? I said, buying it got me to thinking about selling it. I bought it to sell.
You bought it to resell right out of the gate, huh?
Yeah, this is mine and my son's first effort. And we figured, as a friend of mine that owned the house, and he had asked me about, did I know anybody that could clear his lot because you couldn't see his house on the road and hadn't been able to for 10 years.
Okay.
So I went out and looked at it and told him, I said, I'll clear it for $6,000. He said, you can't do that. You're too old. I said, well, I got people, Daryl. I got people. He said, well, okay. 6,000, I'll do it. And I thought, well, I must have messed up because, of course, I didn't know anything about what it cost to clear a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day, I see him most every morning at Burger King for breakfast. He runs a little golf course here. And I said, why would you spend $6,000 to clear that lot? Why don't you just sell the house? He said, well, who would I sell it to? I said, sell it to me. What do you want for it? He gave me a figure, and I thought, that seemed low enough that I could fix it up, sell it, and make some money.
Okay.
And my son and I had been wanting to venture into this business a little bit anyway. He's 29. I'm a whole lot older, but he's 29, and he fancies himself as a real estate investor, although we haven't really bought him for that purpose.
Okay.
But I bought it, and with the understanding that he would spend the money to rehab it, and I had the lot cleared. Now, wasn't that far off? It cost me $4,500 to clear the lot. I mean, his azalea bushes were above the roof. It was completely obliterated from the road.
Wow.
Well, after I cleared it, people that he knew were driving by and saw it, and were giving him a call and saying, Daryl, what's going on with your house? He said, I sold it to Ron Jackson. Well, what's Ron going to do with it? He's going to fix it up and sell it. Well, would he go ahead and sell it like it is? I don't know, call him. So I started getting calls. But everybody wanted to buy it, wanted to move in it. Well, I had Daryl take all of the appliances out, and I'd gone in and ripped the carpet out, and had the lot cleared, and had sort of started on the rehab, but I held up, and I had a young couple come by and wanted to buy it, and they said they were going to buy it and fix it up and resell it.
Okay.
And then when they gave me a contract, I'm new at this, but I'm not stupid. Mm-hmm. And they said it'd take 2 weeks to clear the title. I said, no, it won't. It was quick claim to me. He's been in it 35 years. It'd take you maybe 2 or 3 days to clear the title.
and said, well, we need to do an inspection, and, we need 30 days. I said, so what you want to do is tie my property up and try to flip the contract, right? They looked at me kind of funny. They said, well, we would, we'll probably try to sell it, but if we don't, we've got a partner, and we're going to buy the house, and we're going to fix it up if we can't sell it, but we would try to. Well, young couple, aggressive. I thought, they might try harder to sell it than what I am, so I let them have it for 30 days, and it became pretty obvious toward the end of it they weren't.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, and I don't mean to cut you off, but what, I mean, you said they wanted to sell it. They wanted to sell that piece of paper to another investor for probably more money. What did they end up giving you? What did they end up locking it up at? I mean, what was their offer on that?
We contracted at 85.
85, gotcha. Okay.
The contract is the house is 760 square feet, and it's 1.2 acres of land that it's sitting on.
Was it 2-bedroom, 1 bath, correct?
2-bedroom, 1.5 bath.
Gotcha. 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Okay, so
now you won't find any comps anywhere near it.
No, I know. I totally understand. It's a unique property. But I mean, that's no mystery to us. Right. We bond up in the hills. We bond up at oceans and deserts. I mean, anywhere you can name it, all over the United States. So I'll be honest with you here, because you've been honest with me. I know that you're an investor, you're trying to get into the game, and we're experienced investors. So our intent to purchase this is to make a profit. Now, as you saw, it didn't work at 85, right? So with us in the remote area that it's at, with its uniqueness, we might have to be lower than that. Is that something you'd consider?
No, because 3 weeks ago I started the rehab, and I've already put almost $15,000 into what I am expecting to be a $40,000 rehab. Okay. So the price now is I had dropped it to 75 because of what you just said, but I now spent about 15 on it. So I'm right now the price will be 89.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, Ron.
Friday would be.
Ron, what are you all in?
Go ahead.
What are you all in on this?
At this point, let's say 40, 50. I'm at about 69,000.
Okay. And then, so you're still willing to take that risk to fix up the property? I mean, what do you think it could sell for?
It'll bring even at $100 a square foot, and property here in Troup County is bringing $140 a square foot.
Okay.
When it's fixed up and pops and is good, homes in my neighborhood are selling for that, and I'm only 5 minutes from the Stovall Road property. They're selling for $140 a square foot. So even at $100 a square foot, this thing would sell for $175.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at your neighbor's house, right, Ron? I mean, that's a 3-bedroom, 2 bath compared to a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It's a little bit of a difference, right?
Yeah.
So those ones that are selling over 100K, that would make sense for a 3-2, because I mean, the average family is like, a husband and a wife and 2 kids. So a 2-bedroom, 1 bath wouldn't really make sense for the average consumer. And this is just average. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but
no, I said they're selling for $140 a square foot.
Okay. So
I mean, the houses in my neighborhood are selling for $280, $290. One just appraised the other day for $300. They aren't worth that. They would be if it was out there in California, but they aren't worth that. But the people are paying that. People are coming in and paying more than what the realtor is asking for it.
Okay.
In order to lock the property down and make them not offer it to anybody else.
Okay, so you said like $100 a square foot at 760. I mean, you're probably looking to sell this anywhere between maybe 85 to 90K on the market.
No, it's 1,760 square feet.
1,700. Okay, that's a big difference.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a big difference.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, doesn't mean my price is going to come up, but I mean, I understand what you're saying. I mean, at a bigger level, that means it's a bigger rehab, more money, more time. Okay, so I mean, I know you're talking about square footage, but what about final price? I mean, if you were looking to sell this, you fixed it up. What do you think you can get for this?
Well, it depends. I've got the option of making a 3rd bedroom without expanding the house. The living room is huge.
Okay.
And I can turn the entrance to the living room into a parlor, and to the left of it would have a bedroom probably 14 by 16 feet. And that would make a 3rd bedroom, and I'm considering that. And the contractor that's doing the work said, look, I can put the walls up and do that for maybe maybe $3,000 or $4,000 because everything's there.
Okay.
So
Well,
that would not be bad. That would add a substantial amount of value. If I do that, then I'll put it on the market at 200. If I don't do that, I'll put it on about probably 179.
Okay. So that even raises more questions for me, right? You said you put it on the market for 200 after it's all fixed up. Now you had somebody at 85 on this bad boy, but it still didn't move. So how much
they even tried?
how much work does it need? Yeah. How much work does it need?
Do what?
How much work does the property need, Ron? What did you do to it already?
Well, I cleared the lot.
And when you say clear the lot, like you mowed the grass or you tore the whole house down, or what do you mean by clear the lot?
No, I left the house there. We took everything else off. Cleared the lot. I took all the trees. It was grown up. Bushes, shrubs,
okay.
trees,
Gotcha.
big trees. And got dozers in there to clear it off. I cleared it all the way down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Now weeds and things have grown back up on it.
Okay.
But now I put on it like 7 years ago.
Okay.
But it was leaking between the towers. It's got a tower that abuts to the main frame of the house, and there was a leak where that, just like there would be behind the chimney.
Okay.
So this guy comes in and he takes the metal off, replaces the rotten wood under there, and builds a cricket there to solve that problem. But water had leaked through into the kitchen, so the ceiling in the kitchen was rotten. He's taking that rotten wood out. Some of it was in the floor. There was some rotten wood in the bathroom. He's taking that out. Removed a wall between the bathroom and the master a walk-in closet, and going to expand the bathroom, replacing the bathroom floor, taking up all of the particle board. Most of it's up now. That was the subflooring, and putting down new plywood and putting down new flooring in that 900 square feet, and the tower, which is 800 square feet.
Ron,
the floors
Ron,
like
you're scaring me. You're scaring me. It sounds like it needs a lot of work.
No, you asking me what I've already done. That's what I've already done.
And that's what you've done, all of it.
That's what I've done.
Okay.
Now, yet to be done is to put new flooring in, and to the kitchen cabinets he took out, but they are going to go back in because they were just put in 7 or 8 years ago. But he took it out to redo the kitchen floor, expanding the bathroom. He's already taken the wall down, so I've got to get the fixtures for that.
Well, it sounds like you're almost.
I'm another probably.
Yeah. And it sounds
$30,000.
It sounds like you're
away from finishing.
It sounds like you're almost done with the project. Is there a reason why you don't want to finish and just list it?
No reason at all. I do want to finish. I'm intending to finish. I held on to it for 2 or 3 months because so many people were interested in it. But most of the people that were interested in it wanted to move in it. And I had rendered it unlivable by stripping it out and taking everything out of it. It could be brought to livable condition for probably another $10,000, but it wouldn't have pop to it to try to sell it. And I want to make it look good. It'll be on the front of Better Homes and Gardens when I get through with it.
Okay. So
well, maybe not, but it'll look good, and it will be.
And let me just reiterate this, because you said that you had it at 85, then you dropped it to 75, but you're all in at 69. So are you just like trying to get out of it?
Not just trying to get out of it. No, I would have profit at 89.
Okay. So
right now I'm all in at 69. That includes the work that I've done. I've paid him about $15,000 over this 3-week period.
Okay. So if I did 75,
that's what put me at 69.
Yeah, if I did 75 cash, would that make sense?
No, not at all.
Okay. And that's the only thing I wanted to ask. Let me do this, because let's do this, right? Let's assume that you like our offer and you decide to move forward. Is there anything that you got to figure out?
No, write me a check for 89 and I'll quick claim it to you just the way I bought it. If you want to go, there's no lien on it. If you want to go through the, through an attorney and get a title search and everything, you can, but Daryl lived in it for 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, there's no lien on it. So the title's in my name. If you check, you'll find the records show that it is.
Okay.
So,
and then you're the only decision maker on this property, correct? There's nobody else that we have to talk to?
Nobody else you have to talk to. My son is on the deed.
Okay. Well, it's only worth asking, like, at the end of this, did you still want to sell it, or were you serious about selling it as is? Or are you going to finish the project? Like, what's your intentions? What are you leaning more towards?
I don't mind selling it mid mid rehab.
Okay.
I don't mind. But I don't mind rehabbing it and holding on to it and selling it. If I sold it right now, then I'd get about 20 grand profit out of it, and I'd take that and run.
And that's
if I hold it till the end, I'll have about 100 in it instead of 175, and I'll have $75, 7,500 profit. But that would be 3 months down the road.
And that includes like realtor commissions, closing costs, escrow fees, all that stuff.
Well, I may not have to use a realtor because I've had a intense amount of interest in it that I've said, when you've got it completed, let me know. When you've got it completed, let me know. Okay. So I've got a whole list of people that are waiting in line to buy it. Okay. The question is what it will appraise for. I won't let a VA appraiser, because around here the VA appraisers are coming in really low because they're appraising what they think is going to drop to 6 months from now. Okay. So I'll go conventional. I won't go at all. Okay. And that's information you need to be aware of if you're going to be doing property in this area at all. That may not be the case nationwide. Exactly. But they're just really conservative here. Okay. But no, my son it's my son is putting the money up. I paid for the house and got it, and it's his money that's going into rehab right now. Okay. And so he would be okay if we sold it and took a short profit on it. He would be okay if we rehab it. Okay. I'll finish the rehab. So
okay. Well, let me do this. This is a little bit of a unique property. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, and everything around you is 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So it's kind of hard to compare it to anything, you know. Right. But let me do this. I think I got all the information that I need. Let me talk to my team. Let me see exactly what it is that we can do. And then you do this while I'm doing that. You check us out, homehelpersgroup.com. I recommend you doing your due diligence just so you know who you're working with, and you'll see that we're credible, we're sourced, we have reviews with the BBB, and we can provide anything that you need in order to get this deal done. I'm gonna go back to them. I'll call you in about 5 to 10 minutes just to see exactly where we'd be at with cash on something like this. Are you going to be available in 5 to 10?
I'm fixing to head out, but you can call me. I got to go help my wife. Okay. My wife manages a daycare at a Town Fitness, which is the elite, the LA Fitness of LaGrange. Yeah, and it's totally okay, right? I mean, our call only takes about 1 or 2 minutes. And then she and I cleaned it. I started 15 years ago. It was RJ's job when he was 15 years old, but somehow or another, we've ended up doing that for the past 15 years. I don't know why, because it doesn't pay squat. Okay. But my wife, she wants to keep doing it because it's a little spending money for her. So I got to go help her clean the gym. But you can call me, and that'll give me an excuse to quit what I'm doing and talk business rather than. No, definitely. Never an excuse. Always facts. I'll just give you what's going on in the market. I'll let you know exactly what we can do. I'm always straight to the point because at the end of the day, time is money, and I believe time is worth money. You know what I mean? Money we can make and get back, but time we can never. So I'll never waste yours. But at the end of the day, let me go ahead and get with the team. Let me see what we can do. I'll give you a call in about 5 minutes, and we'll just take it from there. Is that okay with you? That's fine. What's your name again? My name's Angel, sir. Okay. Thanks, man. Enjoy talking to you. All right, Ron. I'll call you right back. Okay, bye. Bye. All right.
What are you thinking, man?
I'm thinking this is a POS. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around. If he paid the money already, if he recoups it back, either way, I'm going to throw, of course, a cash offer at him. But I also want to throw, see if he doesn't mind being the bank if there's if there's no mortgage on this, and seeing if he doesn't mind getting a check every single month without having to do any fixes or repairs on the property of this sort. And see if maybe we could do some kind of creative financing deal that makes sense for everybody, where investors not putting down 60 grand on a risky deal. I'd rather than put down 15K out of their own money or 10K out of their own money, as opposed to like what he's asking.
The one itch for me that was not scratched during that conversation is I'm still not certain why he wants to sell. Like I didn't get, a really hard commit from him of like, yeah, I need out of this deal because I need money or whatever. Because listen, if he was going to make all the money he's talking about and he's that sure of it, why would he be looking to sell? He would just keep pouring money in, get it to what it needs to be, sell it for, what do you think, $100? What do you think is worth? Like what, 170,000, 200,000 was fixed up in that range?
That's what he was saying. But I'm looking at the comps and I see a deal that, and the thing about it is his is a 2-1. Everything else is 3-2. So it's a little bit hard to kind of figure out the comps in that area. But Everything.
What about square footage wise? Are the 3.2s similar square footage to his? Or are they
Yeah.
bigger square?
So here's a 1700, like you said, and then the 3.2s
Mm-hmm.
that I'm looking at right now are 1600, 1500, 17, 1900. I mean, one right here that's 1100 sold for 185, but the other one that's a 1900. Well, actually, let me use this one. 1646, 225, but it's beautifully built, and he's asking 89. So we would need an investor to come in here and basically add on to get the value that it needs to be at.
The way I see this one is I want to understand why he's given up on the deal now. What is his true need? Why does he need money right now? Leonard put a really good option in the chat here. He said, I think the son is the motivation. He would be happy if you replaced him as the one who is funding the rehab. That is something that I kind of clued into too, that he mentioned the son before, that the way he worded it was, it was supposed to be my son funding it. So it sounds like the son was going to be the one funding it and helping him do it, but just is not there to assist. And this guy, he's running out of cash. He doesn't really know how to proceed. He sees the value in it. So I think if you can dig into that, figure that out. I think for this, if we base it off of square footage, we can believe him that this can be converted to a 3.2, or what is it? It's a 2.1. This is a 2.1. The other ones are 3.2s or 3.1s.
The other ones, all the comparables are 3.2s. All
3.2s. This is a 2.1. Okay.
That's
adding in a bathroom.
Are
there any 3.1 comparables?
None that I see at the moment. I even went back to a year and nothing. So let me go back again just to make sure that I'm okay. Okay. Let me do this. Let me do this. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, even at 1.5 mile radius, it's just a 3.2. I mean, it already has 2 restrooms, and they said the living room was big enough in order for it to be converted. I mean, if someone's
this is already a 2.2. I thought it was a 2.1.
Yeah, well, he said 1, 2, and 1.5. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, 2.2. Okay. Yeah. If you can add in a bedroom, you can comp it as a 3.2 because all you got to do is put up a wall, add in a closet.
Yeah. And then that raises my question as to why he doesn't want to do that as well, like you were saying, Liam. So maybe we have some hidden information that we don't know that we do have to do some digging on.
Dig into what's going on with his son. That's what I would do. Is like, hey, they just asked me there's just something I couldn't quite understand because as we're looking at it, it seems like it's a deal for you. And if it's a deal for you, why wouldn't you close it out? So as we're looking at it, I mean, I know you mentioned at the beginning that you were working with this with your son. Is there something going on there where he's not carrying his weight or he's not funding what he needs to fund? And that's the part of the puzzle that you need fixed? I would come in and kind of state it like that. And I think it has something to do with the son. Make an educated guess on that and see what we get from it.
Okay, that sounds good. But at the end of the day, with that addition added on, it would bring that value. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. He's all in.
All it takes is putting some walls up. I mean, yeah, that's shit.
Maybe he has photos on hand. I mean, if he's doing the rehab already and he can just text them to me on the spot, I can see what's going on. Okay, let's give Ron a call.
Angel.
Ron, how you doing?
Still doing good.
Okay, so my partners had a couple questions because they're saying, wow, that's basically what we would get it for, right? And we would do what it needs to do to get the value that it needs. So they're a little bit concerned as to why you don't want to do that. Can you kind of fill me in onto why you basically don't want to finish the project? I mean, how does your son feel about all this if you sold it as is?
I do want to. He's okay with it.
Okay.
But I do want to finish the project, and he does too.
Okay.
But we would, in order to exit 3 months earlier, we would take less profit.
Gotcha. So time is
and then we can move on to something else. We bought it to rehab. That was our intentions to begin with. In fact, it's a little bit disappointing when all these people started coming wanting to buy it because we wanted to go through the process with our first property, make all the mistakes that we're going to make, not giving somebody a 30-day contract that all they want to do was flip the contract. That was a mistake. I learned from that.
Okay.
Like finding out that once they get the boards up, that there's a couple of beams underneath that have to be replaced.
Okay.
And all that stuff. That stuff you go through, especially on the first one that you're not anticipating.
Well,
so
Ron,
and we're there. It's all been exposed. I know everything
of
now.
course. Let me do this, okay? And I'm gonna really need you to stick with me here for a minute, okay? Is there a mortgage in place on this property?
There's no mortgage in place.
So no mortgage in place. So basically, you could be the bank if you wanted to, right?
I could be.
Okay, so now just hear me out. I just want you to listen real quick, okay? What if because it is risky, you know that it's risky, I know that it's risky, me and you're on the same page, right? So what if we did this? If we did a little bit of creative financing here, and we were to put some money down, right? So you get money in your pocket right now. So if we're throwing out figures, let's just say you get $15,000 right now, right? But our total purchase price is the 85, the 89 that you're asking. So what I'll do is I'll put the money down. We'll rehab it and finish it. I'll pay you monthly. So you'll get a check every single month. And then when we sell it, you'll get the rest of the money that you're asking, hoping that we get that price that we're looking for. So we're not out 89 grand and all of a sudden it just goes down the drain. How do you feel about something like that?
Well, that's something I'd have to discuss with RJ. I've had a couple offers like that before, but oddly enough, they were willing to pay me more for it if I was willing to take a deferred compensation like that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, you get full asking price that you're
more.
asking, right? And then we wouldn't inquire such a risk. And at the end of the day as well, everybody I think would be happy because all their money isn't basically up on the table, hoping it doesn't just go away. This would allow you to get the price that you're asking. It would allow us to make sure that basically this deal is going to be the deal that you say. And at the end of it, you get paid out no matter what. And on top of it, you get a cash flow, you get a money down payment right now. I'm not paying a lot of money. I'm basically saving the money on the rehab, but at the end of it, you get paid out if it does end up selling at that price point. So, I mean, if you think about it, we're both in it on this, and we're both showing the same mutual respect on taking that risk together.
Okay, what gives you the right to back out of that deal?
Nothing. I mean, why would I back out of that deal?
Well, I don't know. Everybody else wants. I've got an offer on the table right now for 89, but he wants 15 days to inspect it.
yeah. I don't. I'm telling you.
But he's going to close in 21 days.
I'm telling you.
So that tells me he wants to flip the contract. Right?
Yeah. So basically, what I'm telling you is we basically team up on this together, right? I do a down payment, so it's solid, and then I'll pay you monthly. I'm not spending 80, 90 grand out of my own pocket. I'm giving you $10,000 that you guys can have. And then I'm doing monthly payments. That's not too crazy, but affordable. So it's not going to cut into our repair cost or our rehab or our build. We sell it for what it needs to on the market. Maybe it goes for 180. Maybe it goes for 190. And we make our profit on top of that. And then you still get paid out the money that you're getting. So not only do you make a profit, we make a profit, but we acquire all the risk. Is that something that you would consider?
Let me talk about. I probably need a little bit more than the 15 down, but
I mean, if you think about it, 15 down, that's non-refundable. You get that no matter what happens. So even if it's renovated or whatever it happens, if we don't end up selling at the 170, maybe we sell it at the 150, whatever it may be, you still get your 89.
All right, let me talk to RJ about it. He won't be up when I get home. It'll be 10:30, 11 before I get home.
Ron, do you have an email?
I do have an email.
Because I think if you see it on hand and you look at numbers, I think it'd be more understanding. Is that something I can send to you?
No, I understand. I understand what you said.
Okay.
I understand.
So you're picking up what I'm putting down then?
Do what?
You picking up what I'm putting down? That's a saying we say, basically, me and you are thinking alike?
Well, I've already put quite a bit more in it than what you're going to be putting into it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But that's.
I mean, not only do you get everything reimbursed, but you also get a profit at the end of it. That's a little bit more than you've been looking for.
Right. Well, tell me about the rehab now.
Well, I can't tell you about it because I haven't seen it physically, right?
I know, I've got a contractor that's working on it right now, and he's going full bore.
Okay.
Would you be willing to use that contractor, or would you want to send a high-dollar contractor out from Atlanta?
I mean, honestly, I'll be real with you. I would want to send my team out. So It just depends. But I mean, if you're really good connections and friends with this gentleman, then I can see exactly what he's capable of. I mean, I'm never going to say no to somebody that has opportunity, but I will say this, I'll be honest and truthful. So if that's something that he can take, then, you know.
Yeah. He's got some great ideas. He's the one that came up with the idea of adding the third.
Okay. And I'm not trying to be fancy. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. I just want to go in there and make it look presentable and livable and a family to spend their days on it.
All right, let me talk to RJ about it, and I'll get back with you tomorrow. My son's name is RJ, ARJAY.
Okay.
And because he's already got some skin in the game now too, because the rehab, I pay for the house, the rehab he's paying for, so it's his basically 15 grand that's in it, and I would give that 15 to him if we did that. Okay. And that would repay him for what he spent on it.
Let me draw up some terms for you, Ron, so you kind of see everything on paper, and then hopefully
draw them up. You can email them to me.
Okay. Sounds good. Let me do that. And then maybe me and you can get something. Can you help me out? Can you send me some photos that you have, if you don't mind?
Do what now?
Can you send me some photos or any kind of photos that you have of the property, if you don't mind?
Okay. Have I not already sent some to your group?
No, not me, sir. Not me personally. This is
okay,
my number.
Is this the first? I know not to you personally. Do you have somebody named Luis that's prospecting for you?
No, my name's Angel, sir. You're talking.
I know your name's Angel. Okay, yeah, I've got some. I can't do it right now.
Okay,
but I'll get you some pictures.
Perfect. Let's do that. While you do that, I'm gonna drop some terms, give you a couple options to see what's best, and then hopefully me and you can work as a team together to reach the main goal, which is basically make some money.
All right, sounds good to me.
Sounds good, Ron. I appreciate your time. Hopefully, me and you are able to call tomorrow. What time's a good time to call you tomorrow?
Oh, I'm on the road at 7:30. I'm on the road at 7 o'clock taking my 3 oldest grandkids to school. Then at 9 o'clock, I'm on the road taking my 2 youngest grandkids to school. So actually between 9:30 and 11:30 in the morning or after 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. If I can't reach you at 9 or 11, I'll call you after 3. And hopefully me and you can get in contact tomorrow and we talk about these terms here.
All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ron.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Look at that, man. That's not bad at all. The only thing I would have changed there at the end of that call is I would have tried to get a sure time locked in, box them in, don't let them out. That way it's like, all right, we're gonna call at 5 o'clock this time. Your son and I are both gonna be there. That way we make sure all decision makers are there. And I wouldn't. The other thing I would do is I wouldn't put the. We still don't know if this is going to be a deal yet, right? We got to figure out if the son's on board. So I wouldn't make the commitment to start getting contracts written up because that's a lot of time effort on your side to get that shit written out properly, make sure it's all presentable, whatever.
We have offer letters that we do. So like it'll just be like a term or whatever, and then it'll be like an offer letter submitted to him, and then it wouldn't be anything that he has to sign. And if it's something that makes sense, then boom, we throw it on the real deal.
Okay, that's an interesting strategy. I've not done that before, but I can. Yeah, I can understand the benefit for that. That is that's smart. Okay, I see what that is. Yeah, because if you're going through the whole effort of getting an entire contract written up, putting it in, getting the signers and all that shit, like that takes 20, 30 minutes.
You're definitely right, and we don't do that. We have 3 options basically. If it was able to sub 2, then we would have a cash offers option where they can do everything quick and get paid out and cashed out. A sub 2 deal where if it did have a mortgage, then we could take over that and draw up terms, or something creative like how we're trying to do now, where we keep the risk low and we're not throwing all our money out there. And then they would just look at that and be like, okay, what do I want to do? And
so in this situation, are you actually you're not gonna like wholesale this contract? You're not gonna sell, you're gonna actually go out and you guys are gonna actually execute on this? Is this you guys are?
That's the beauty of this. There's people that have bought in terms and deals just like this because they're not really in it all the way. So if he agrees to the cash down, let's just say a monthly payment of, I don't know, $250 a month or $100 a month, as opposed to a bank with, and you fix and flippers out there can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if you guys are paying interest-free payments on a bank that's $100 a month when you're doing your rehab process.
I see. So then a fix and flipper would be happy to take this thing on.
Exactly. Right. And then we're not looking to make a ton of money off of it. You know what I mean? So if let's just say the down payment, which is they're doing to the seller is 10 grand and they're paying $100 a month every single month. And then he already put most of the work into it. So if they go in there and they have to put an additional 25,000, they're only in $35,000, and every single month that it takes to sell for that $100. And then they do sell it for 180, do sell it for 155 or whatever it may be, right? Let's just say it's 180. They're all only in it at 35,000 plus the 89 that they have to give to the seller. So almost at 110 and 115. 115, I don't know, commission, selling costs, everything at 10%. So that's anywhere between 22 to 25,000. Add that on top of the 115. They're in at 140. 140 minus the 180. The investor makes $40,000 for just and only in it at 35 grand, as opposed to the other deals that they're doing. That's kind of how I see it.
Sure. No, that's a good strategy right there. I see what that is. So what would you guys be doing to find that buyer then? Would you be posting into local groups like I'm looking for a local fix and flipper to partner with, or are you just going to shoot this out like you would find any buyer?
Basically, yes. So what we would do is we would let them know the terms, the conditions, and stuff. I mean, think of it as basically us being a sub bank, Yep. And this is what's happening. This is the situation. This is what's going on in the market. This is what you can do to it, and selling them on the idea with the low risk of high profit.
I like it. That's a really smart strategy. I'm excited to hear about your guys' conversation tomorrow. See how that goes. I think there's potential for there to be some money in this. If he's I don't know how much.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in finding out.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, minimum we usually do is anywhere between 10 to 15, maximum over 100K. Sometimes they're not all going to be home runs, but let's just say this lead costs $167 and an investor wants to buy me out of it for $5,000. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
That's a profit right there.
Yes, sir.
Dude, well, it's so fantastic having you guys on. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours now. We've got so many different calls to cut up and get out to our audience. This has just been fantastic. What did you guys think?
I think it's just proof that there's leads right here to talk to and have opportunities to put deals together. That's us just kind of playing around and calling some people. So there's some real deals in here, and I think that's the exciting part and why we've had such good success.
Yeah. And I got to give it up to Dean and his coaching program and everything that he has. I mean, students in his thing are closing deals left and right, and he's trained me to be at the level that I'm at. So reach out to Dean. He's amazing. He can get you to the level that you need to be. And then Liam has the leads. I mean, he has the leads. That's all I can say about that. We've closed leads from you specifically, Liam. And we appreciate your services and everything that you've done. So you guys don't be afraid to take that risk. The higher the risk, the higher reward. So
I appreciate it, man. And guys, I just put the link in the chat. If you want to reach out to Dean and his team and have just a consultation, see if you guys are a good fit, head over there. I think that it's certainly worth the effort just to go over there and see if you're going to be a good fit. It's something that there's a lot of mentorships that I've seen people be unsuccessful with. I've yet to see somebody who's been with Dean and said, yeah, man, it just didn't work out for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a quick application. You got 5 or 6 questions on there. It takes you less than 2 minutes. We'll jump on the call, review, and see if it's a good fit for you. Because at the end of the day, this is for you, not for me, not for anybody else. It's for you. So it's intentional to focus on you and if it's going to help you accomplish your goals. And guys, I'm hands-on. Like there's not many coaching programs where people are doing, multiple 7 figures in their business and are actually involved in the coaching of it. So we have accountability check-ins. We have live in-person calls twice a week that I'm on myself. So just want to see other people successful. I'm passionate about it, and it's super fun working with others and seeing them grow and win. And that's what it's all about, right? If you got the right abundance mindset, then you're just going to attract more winners. So
boom. Well, there it is. So guys, with that, I think it's a perfect time to end it off. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are fantastic. Such amazing, closers on the phone. We didn't get to hear Dean today, which I'm a little bummed out about, but I know he's dealing with his kids in the background. Last time he came on as like the finance manager or something and helped team up with the deal with Angel.
Cool. That was pretty cool.
They had like a 3-way call with all of them. That was so smooth. That one, actually, I think we have our team breaking that up into some shorts right now, so we can we'll send it over to you guys. You guys can put those out too. But everybody else who was here viewing it with us, thank you guys so much. We are going to be back on Friday with another guest because we are back in business. The Closer Show is back in way more force than it ever has been. So you guys are fantastic. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Are you looking to implement pay-per-click advertising into your real estate business? iSpeedTheLead.com is an a la carte PPC marketplace, allowing investors to get into the world of PPC on a budget. Browse and purchase PPC leads a la carte from all around the United States. These leads are from motivated sellers who want to sell now. So if you want to find motivated sellers using PPC, go to iSpeedTheLead.com. We got you.